somebody to heal. Yay. I need to notify everybody on Instagram that I am on live because I didn't do that. So I'm going to do that. And hello to everybody watching this back. How are you? Let me just notify people. As you know, in the beginning of the live, we got to wait for some people to trickle in. So I'm going to wait for a second until I see some comments. It's only been 24 seconds. I'll be patient here for a second. Those of you watching this back can just skip forward. Oh, that's my mother. Hi, Lucas. How you doing? I know that I am a little... Hey, one of the club members from the Sobering. I remember you guys. I keep forgetting to mention that in a video because I think that is the cutest thing ever. And I wish you guys were here because my favorite wine just got here today. I would totally share with you guys. I totally would. I would. Hi, everybody. Hi, how you doing? Hi, how you doing? I've missed you guys, so I was like, you know, let's get on a live stream. I'm here. I'm not doing too much. I'm feeling pretty good. And there's a little bit of things that we need to catch up on. I know there's a lot of things you guys wanted me to talk about, and I didn't get to talk about it. I was supposed to talk about like the Miss Grand International, you know, Nawat was going off and he was being like saucy. He was being a little petty. And the day I was supposed to address that was the day the Cheslie thing happened. And I was very, very, very upset about the whole Cheslie thing. Thank you guys, by the way, for, you know, the hair. I know it's curly and girly and you guys know how I am. But, yeah, I was supposed to address the MGI thing the day the Cheslie thing happened. And then I was like, is that Toriano? That looks like that's Toriano. If that's Toriano, hi Toriano. I don't expect to see you in a live. So when the Cheslie thing happened, I was very upset, and I did, like, you guys know me, when pageant news happens, typically I'm on top of it. I did attempt to try to make a video about Cheslie. If I'm ever absent or if something seems off, the best thing you should do is ask the nobles, ask my nobility. We do have, you know, we have royals in my court. We have the viscounts, the barons, the knights. They have access to unlisted videos, meaning there's a catalog of maybe 20 to 30 videos that are not published on my channel. I have secret videos, you guys. So the video about Cheslie that I was supposed to put out for the court, I didn't have the heart to put it out because I cried in the video. I was extremely upset, and the video is only 6 minutes long, but I couldn't really tolerate talking about it more than that 6 minutes. So because I broke down in that video and it didn't come out the way I wanted, I was like, I was going to throw it away, but usually instead of throwing a video away, I'll just give it to my nobility because I give them the access that, you know, that other people don't get to see, whether it's me being vulnerable, me being sad, behind the scenes things that I'm having to deal with, my frustrations, they get to see that. So I did make a video about Cheslie, but it was very sad. So that's why it didn't get uploaded. No, the video about Cheslie did not get uploaded on the Sovereign channel. It didn't get uploaded. It's unlisted. So when you guys see like that lock symbol that I post on Instagram, for those of you who follow me on Instagram, that means it's an unlisted video. It can be watched only by people who have the link. And I sometimes I'll give you guys tea because you're here in the live. I am very mystical and magical, and I like to create magic. I like to, you know, have spontaneity in the court. This is not a normal channel. So if you check around the channel, old videos, new videos, past videos, videos that a lot of people haven't watched, sometimes you will find a secret portal, a secret door to some of the secret videos that I just leave magical doors around my kingdom, kind of like Harry Potter Hogwarts, okay? You might find the room of requirement, and I know a couple of people have found those doors before and they're like, I found a secret video. So I have trap doors and little things around the kingdom if you look and you find them. But yeah, that's what happened with the Cheslie thing. And to be honest, because I left a comment on somebody's, I left a response on somebody's comment. They're like, why isn't she talking about Cheslie? And that comment was a little bit saucy, but at the time, I knew I was upset and I was angry. I was angry because I don't think that a lot of people handled the situation the way that I wanted it to be handled. There's a lot of misinformation that was happening. There's a lot of people using, that situation as their own personal opportunity. And I was pissed. And you guys know how I get when I'm pissed. So instead of hopping on camera and trying to say something when I'm in a very emotional state, I chose not to say anything, because had I opened my mouth, I would have drugged some people, because I don't think that it was being handled correctly. Like, I'm like, why can't you guys just be quiet and remember her the way she's supposed to be remembered? Remember her for who she is. This is not the opportunity for you to be airing out your own personal grievances, which I don't even agree with, because it's not like the stuff that Cheslie's not even a competitor. Like, she's done. She's been out of competition for a minute. There's so many more things that she was dealing with outside of pageantry, but nobody wanted to talk about that. They want to talk about themselves. I was mad and I wanted to yell at people, so I didn't get on camera. I shut up. I know when I'm mad, and I will be quiet when I need to. So I was like, Davonna, zip it and just hold your tongue. Most of the time I'll talk to the people in the Kingdom Discord. We'll talk, but I kept it off the channel. Hi, I see it's somebody's first time in the live. Well, welcome. We talk about a lot of tea gets spilled, a lot of stuff happens. So let's catch up on some things. I did not get to address the MGI thing, so let's talk about Nawat. Why are people mad at Nawat? Like, I understand why people would side-eye Nawat for his behavior. I get that. But I have to question why people care. Why do y'all care? Why are you surprised at this point? It's Nawat. Okay, it's Nawat. We all know how he acts. We all know he's a drama queen. You guys act like, why are you, people are sending me DMs like, are you going to make a video? Which I was going to make a video, but I wasn't going to make a video out of like anger or anything. I'm just sit here. It's petty silliness. Nawat's going off like Nawat does. Why are y'all surprised? It's pageant drama nonsense. And no, he shouldn't have been, as upset as he was. Okay, as much as, and you guys know there's 3 pageants I mainly pay attention to: Miss Earth, Miss Grand, Miss Universe. So in my eyes, Nawat, am I not good enough for you? In my eyes, you're one of the top pageants. But in the grand scheme of things, Miss Grand is not a Big 5 pageant. And to go to the length, why is Nawat was hurt, okay? Hit dogs holler. Nawat was hollering. Why you drag Miss Earth into this? It is not my job to defend Miss Earth at all. And Destiny is fine and over there living her own happy damn life, looking great, glowing. Sis is glossy, amazing. But I have to ask, what was the point of dragging Miss Earth into the conversation? She's over there living her own life. What was the point? What was the reason for why? Because Miss Earth, like it or not, Miss Earth is a Big 5 pageant. And Miss Earth has earned that. Miss Earth does more civil service work than damn near all the queens in any organization. So why are you mad? Because I don't see MGI queens doing much of nothing other than taking some very pretty photos. But you cannot hold a candle to the work that the Miss Earth queens do. MGI. As much as I like Miss Grand, and that is my mother's favorite pageant, we spit facts over here. So for him to unnecessarily, the answer is insecurity, absolutely. He desperately wants to be one of the big pageants, and the fact of the matter is you haven't earned that yet. I personally love Miss Grand, okay? Miss Grand is fabulous to watch. She put on a great show. The queens are fantastic, but you have not earned that placement. And to be snatching and grabbing over at Miss Earth for no reason, no wonder they didn't respond. They didn't have to, because you over here just whining, and everybody knows how I feel about a whiner. Everybody knows I cannot stand a whiner. The one thing that really I don't like about the pageant community in general is just the whining. I don't like the whining. I'm here for the fun. I'm here for the glamour. I'm here for a little bit of the pettiness. Like, I'm here for the lighthearted fun. I'm not here for tears and crying and screaming and yelling and whining. That's why I get so upset when people bring mess into my happy place. I'm not here for the meanness and the sadness. That's why I get mad at even like competitors when they're being overly sensitive because I don't like their dress. Baby, it's a gown. If anything, the designer should be mad at me, not you. Get it together. It is not that serious. I can't stand whiners. I really can't. I try so hard to be empathetic, but if you're sitting there crying over something that is small and insignificant. To be honest, anybody who's like that should not be watching any high level competition, and damn straight should not be participating. And that leads me to my next thing. I'm going to add a disclaimer to the big pageant videos that I do this coming season. Not only because there is a discussion to be had about mental health, I think that competitors, their directors, their parents have not prepared them for what is expected in a high-level competition. A lot of women, now a lot of the big countries, Philippines, you don't really treat it like this. Thailand, you don't really treat it like this. But the United States, for example, they still treat it like it's a weekend hobby, and they still behave that way. And they are much more likely to get their feelings hurt than, say, the Filipina contestants. The Filipina contestants, the Thai contestants, even the Indonesians understand that when you compete in a international pageant or you're vying for a national crown, there are certain things that are to be expected when you are suddenly thrust into the public eye. You expect to be scrutinized. You expect people's eyes to be on you. It should be expected that you will have to deal with not only criticism that is justified, but honestly, stuff that's totally unjustified. And I know it's wrong, and I do not like it either. I have defended the women so many times against the nastiness that the community sometimes throws at them. And even though it's not right, you should expect it. It's not right at all. I detest it, and I get it myself. But when you're becoming a competitor, you know what you're getting into. The good, the bad, the ugly. And it only gets worse. No matter what, however high you climb, it only gets worse. So this is really why I have hi, Mom. You're supposed to be at the doctor's office. What you doing? Where's your doctor? Yeah, you guys see Mom in the chat? I see you. But my thing is, back to what I was saying, I'm adding the disclaimer because I've witnessed certain people be upset. Not very many people. Not very many, but I think now that I have a better understanding of what directors and parents and whatnot are saying to their competitors, I feel like some women are unprepared for what they're going to face. And this poses a threat to their own mental stability, because this is not a fun weekend getaway. This is not a fun weekend hobby. And as much as I personally have preached about how the pageant fan base needs to behave better, needs to do better, that is not the reality of the world. The reality of the world is never going to be freaking rainbows, sunshine, peaches, and unicorns. It's never going to be 100% good. You should expect and be prepared for people to give you death threats. I know that sucks, okay? But you're going to get it. People are going to threaten you. They're going to hate you. They're going to bash you. They're going to Photoshop you. They're going to make fun of you. As a high-level competitor, I'm not saying it's right, but you know what you're getting into, and it only gets worse the higher you climb. And it's very difficult for me to have sympathy for some of these women who say, I want to be a leader. I want to be an ambassador. I want to be a diplomat. I want to be, a part of the United Nations. I want to be a news anchor. I want to be in the public eye. All these women who say, I want to be that person in the spotlight. You can't withstand the vetting process it takes to get that job. Some of these women are crying over shoes, gowns, dresses, and hair. Like mental breakdowns over stuff that doesn't matter. That would be like me crying every time somebody said my audio wasn't good. And if you've gone back and looked at some of my videos, the one thing I have never disputed ever, anytime anybody has said it to me, I have never disputed any person, even if it was super mean and harsh, if they criticized the quality of my video. If anybody said the audio could have been better, if the camera angle was off, if anything, the lighting, the coloring, the anything, I have never disputed it. Because to be 100% honest, I would pay money to have somebody help me make videos better. I'm not even joking. I have looked for people to pay to tell me that my lighting setup is crap and tell me how to fix it. I live for that. I would pay for that. And some of these girls, their brains can't handle that, even the smallest level of criticism. And that scares me for them. I do not want girls on stage who can't handle the scrutiny. I do not want girls on stage who cannot handle the pressure. If you are too fragile, I don't want these girls. I don't care how good they are. I don't want them on stage. It is dangerous. And I'm not going to advocate for Miss Universe, Miss Earth, International, Miss Grand to water down their standards because you can't handle it. I love you to death and I want to protect you, but that's not how sports work. You participate in boxing, you better be able to take a punch to the face and know you might suffer some broken bones. You participate in figure skating, you need to know you might need a hip replacement at the age of 30. There is not, those are the risks you take competing in high level competition. And the people, a lot of the women that compete in pageants don't see it as a high level form of competition. And then they get surprised when I treat it that way. Because I'm like, if you look like the Tin Man in your dress, if you look like you are ready, fresh baked, wrapped in foil, you look like my mom's baked potatoes, I'm going to drag that dress. I'm going to drag that dress. Now, it doesn't mean you're not pretty, doesn't mean you're not beautiful. It means you should have chose a better dress. But that is the nature of competition. And I did see some people complaining, they weren't complaining about me, but complaining about fans in general, giving legitimate criticism. I was reading through some comments of former queens, and they were complaining about certain comments, and I wanted to see their point of view. And I'm looking at the comments. Some of the comments were mean. There's always some comments that are mean. But other comments, I'm looking at them, and I'm like, these comments aren't bashing. This person is saying, I don't like this dress, and I liked her prelims dress better. That's not bashing. That's not bashing. That's a legit, like, what is the problem with that? Another comment was simply like, I think her hairstyle in this photo was better than her hairstyle during finals. Like, it wasn't fans bashing. It was legit fans discussing competition the way fans do. The same way we would do any competition. If one of the competitors for China, because I was watching figure skating, one of the competitors for China fell. She had an awful fall, you know, and the fans were going to talk about it. She doesn't deserve to be, you know, bashed about it, called ugly and all the nonsense, but it was not a good jump for her. That is just the fact of competition. And this is the problem, is I don't think a lot of the women know the difference between bashing and criticism. Now, the funny thing is, the winners do. That's one thing that, yeah, mom does know how to. Mom's a moderator. Mom, where is your wrench? You should have a wrench. I'm going to check and make sure you have a wrench. But mom's, yeah, you're a mod. I know that you can boot people. Be nice to mom. Either way, I know that the winners, the girls that do come out winners, they do know the difference. The girls that come out winners typically understand what is expected of them, and they thrive. They do really well because they push themselves and they have the mental stamina to withstand the scrutiny and the spotlight and the heat and the fire. They know how to do it. Honestly, the women that I see complain the most are people that lost. Is the people that lost that complain the most. And it makes me, like, I feel sad for them, especially in the United States, because I'm going to do a video about it. I think that women who have faced adversity, whether it be minorities, this is what I was talking when it came to black women face a lot more pressure than other women simply because they're not the normal beauty standard. But it's not just black women. Women who are plus size, women who are in any type of disability. We had that one woman who was in a wheelchair who did phenomenally. She was amazing. Both of those, there's been black women, there's been plus size women, and there's been women in wheelchairs. These women have done really well on stage, like outstandingly well. Their confidence has been better than 90% of their competitors. And the reason they're better is because they faced adversity. Those women have been through the fire. They've been through the flames. They know how to handle the bashing. They know how to tune out the people that don't like them. And they have built true confidence. Like, they know how to handle it. And that's what makes those women so dangerous. I can't wait to do that video. It's going to be great. Oh, hi, Pink Kitty. Thank you for the super chat. It says, hi, Sovereign. Today's my birthday. I just love your energy so much. I hope you can share your thoughts on why Venezuela keeps failing in Miss Universe and Miss World year after year. Many hugs. Thank you, Pink Kitty. That's so sweet of you. I do think that is a good video idea, because Venezuela is, like, they are consistent, but yeah, they haven't really been getting up there the way that we would expect a powerhouse nation to do. And I do think I understand why. Colombian queens also know what they're doing too. Yeah, Colombia and Venezuela kind of have the same issues. They did really, really well during Trump era. They haven't done so well during MIG era. They've been MIG, IMG. I always do that. I realize what I did, but it's IMG. Either way, they haven't really done so well during that era. And it's we do need to do a video on it because they're Colombians and Venezuelans. Those two countries have impeccable styling. No country can match them on styling, period. Every time I watch their national competitions, everybody in the national competition looks flawless. Flawless. Every single one of them has the most immaculate styling I've ever seen in my life. I would accuse them all of cheating. Everybody used a makeup artist. It's not even realistic how pretty these girls come out. They all have custom gowns, and I'm like, how? Where is this coming from? All of you are perfect looking, like pristine. Best styling across the board, bar none. I don't care what competition I watch. Even in Miss World this year, Miss Venezuela, stunning. She's so stunning it pisses you off. She's so stunning, like it just you feel like you should be mad at her, but then you realize it's your own jealousy talking. She's stunning. Like they never ever fail, but when they get on stage, that's where it falls, and it's like what's happening? It's the relatability. They're just I don't know what they're doing over there in those training camps. I feel like they're just training those girls to death to where they're not themselves. Like they always have this perfect little polished happy smile, but we can tell that it's like robotic and not necessarily natural. They're giving me Stepford Wife. And even though you're pretty and perfect, it's still like weird and kind of off-putting. It's giving me Regina George smiling in my face. Like, I can see that that's not real, Regina. Stop that. I just don't like their gold and silver gowns they wear. Facts. Stop it. I'm so done. Colombia, like, they have been pulling that for what, 5 years at this point? 5 years they've been doing, because it started back in 2015. So more than 5 years at this point. 7. Stop it. Colombia, like, oh my God. I can't wait. I need to pull up that script so we can talk about fashion. I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything when it came to fashion, because I think it's such an important topic, because people are messing up left and right. Like when it comes to the shoes, people there's just no creativity anymore. We need a top to bottom, head to toe fashion video, because what are we doing? We don't know colors anymore. We don't know fabrics anymore. We don't know what type of shoes we're supposed to be wearing. Make it make sense. I don't understand what's happening. Vietnam is a rising powerhouse. Absolutely. I don't think IMG is being hateful towards Venezuela. Like, people keep saying I hate Venezuela, because for the last few years, I haven't been putting Venezuela super high on my list. But then I end up being right. So clearly something's wrong with this. And I'm telling you, and I'll do a video on it. They have some of the best training, like physically, like legs, walking, foot placement, hip sway, arms, some of the best training in the world, but they have no personality. None. They perform like it's a dress rehearsal. I want to see this is the one thing that Laura did really well. Laura she had a lot of personality. She was not afraid to really be herself. Now, I do feel like she did a bit much during Evening Gown, which she didn't win. But Laura's been one of the best that they've had in years. She was great. Oh my God, she was great. I'm so tired of like the gold gowns. I have a sketchbook over here that's full of gowns that I was going to design and try to make myself. Like, does somebody want it? Like, what happened to the silks? What happened to the velvets? What happened to the deep purples? Let's get like a bright pink. What happened to the tulle, the flowy gowns? What happened to the yellows? Orange. Give me a sunset themed gown. Like, what's happening with these do you need inspiration? I thought Catriona would kind of change things. Like when she came out with the lava gown and it was so bright and it was so different and it was so multicolored, I thought people would all hop on the bandwagon and start doing gowns like that. And they didn't. And we're still doing beige. Every time I see finals, it looks like an office cubicle. Like, no, nothing. Why? No. I just don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't understand. Like, I just don't get it. Oh, make it stop. Make it stop. Please, everybody make it stop. I swear, I will help. I have helped design a few gowns secretly, okay? I talk to some of the girls all the time, and I never put them on blast because, you know, I care about them, and I like talking to them, and sometimes they feel down, and I just want to give them, like, an internet virtual hug and be like, sis, you like, virtual hug, I love you, okay? But straighten your knees. I do that, because people are like, oh, you're so harsh. No. The girls know. I'll straight up they'll be like, I saw your video, and I'll be like, yeah, did you straighten your knees, though? But I love you, keep doing you. And those are the girls that tend to do really well. The girls that are like looking and learning and trying, they tend to do very, very well. And that's how I was able to guess, like, what is it, Bahamas last year, 2001, when she made it and everybody was like, she's not going to make it. And I still put her on my list. It's because I watched her. The girl was trying. She was working. She was willing to learn. She was trying to get better. That work ethic does count for something. It's the women that if I see a woman being ultra sensitive, if she's just like being super emotional over the smallest thing, that woman's not going to do well. Not only should she not be competing because it's not good for her mental health and she's not going to withstand the pressure, she's not going to learn. She's not going to grow. If you're taking everything to heart, you're not going anywhere. And like when it comes to competition, I don't really have, it's a competition. It's a game. This is a game. It's like Monopoly or Uno. I'm way more ruthless when you play Uno with me than I ever will be with pageant girls. I talk mad, like, my mouth during a Monopoly game, I'm calling everybody broke. I'm calling everybody broke. I'm stealing money, like, I'm making it rain. I am obnoxious. And it's all in good fun. If you start crying when I'm playing a game with you, I will never talk to you again. I can't stand whiners. I can't. Go away. I can't with you. And some people strike me as like the type of privileged people whose parents told them that they were always great and wonderful and never told them a bad thing in their life. I'm scared for those people because as soon as they step into pageant world and they've been told they're perfect their whole life, they burst out into tears because they've never faced adversity in their life ever. They don't know how to handle it. And then you got these girls who are different, who are outside of beauty standards. I'm talking like the plus size queens who have all the confidence in the world and they steamroll you. You come into competition thinking you're cute, a size 2, blonde hair, blue eyed, and you're going to do well. And you have no confidence, sis. And you start crying because somebody doesn't like your gown. And the plus size chick steamrolls you because she's got confidence, doesn't care what anybody says about her. That's a queen. That's how you lose. Stop being sensitive and learn. What does that say? Held the pageant live. Tell us your opinion about Adriana Gutierrez, about beauty and also performance, please. Your favorite white color gown. Oh, you want to fight me, huh? My favorite white color gown. Oh, God. It's hard for me to even think about white colored gowns. Like, that's a hard one. Oksana Fedorova, probably, because her silhouette, even when you do a white gown, it doesn't have to be the same silhouette. Her white gown was like, what is it, an empire? No, it wasn't an empire waist. Baby doll cut. And it was like super airy and it was almost like a tint, but the way it flowed was so amazing. See, people don't know how to design gowns anymore. There's so many different ways to design a gown and everybody wants to do the same cut and color with a slit. I'm over it. Done. I'm bored. I don't see spamming. Who's spamming? I don't see too much spamming happening. I am watching though. Where's my phone? I am watching though. Have you followed on the recent Crown USA 2022 state contestants? I am keeping an eye on them. I certainly am watching out for them. Oh God, the United States. The United States is one of the countries that I think just doesn't take it serious enough because the United States is a privileged country. And to be totally honest, you have to be kind of privileged in the United States in order to compete in pageants because it's so expensive. My only thing with USA girls is because they're so privileged, they have been sheltered most of their life from adversity, from hardships, and from criticism. So they walk onto a pageant stage thinking everything's going to be hunky-dory, thinking everything's going to be, frilly butterflies and unicorns and freaking, it's a pillow fight. And they get their feelings hurt over the smallest thing. And that concerns me. Because the Venezuela, I try to warn girls, but I think they think I'm exaggerating every year when I warn them about Thailand and the Philippines and Venezuela. I know it sounds funny when I say it, that the Venezuelans are going to kill you in your sleep. But I'm not, they are ruthless. That's what I'm trying to, let the girls know. These girls that you're going up against are ruthless. The Venezuelans have been told they're ugly by their mom, dad, coaches, family, friends, and strangers. Venezuela and Colombia are ruthless. They don't think twice on dragging girls because of a facial feature, and I don't do that. The Colombia and the Venezuela, they don't care. That's why their styling is so good. Those girls can take anything. They've been in boot camp for 2 years learning how to walk, learning how to turn. They can take it all. And the USA girls don't understand that. They can't comprehend that the Venezuelans and Colombians, the girls from the Philippines, will sacrifice anything and anything to win. Meanwhile, some of the USA girls will cry at the drop of a dime. They've never had to deal with sacrifice in their lives. They can't comprehend the work ethic of some of these other competitors. And that scares me. And I try to let them know. And I try to get them there, and then they're just some of them. If anybody was to be, whining, if I ever heard people whining, it's usually United States or it's never powerhouse nations. Even the Philippines, when the Philippines gets mad at me, they don't get mad at me for just the criticism. They get mad at me that I have the audacity to criticize the Philippines in general. They just don't like me throwing criticism their way at all. Period. No matter what it is, they don't like it. The Philippines is they believe in Philippine supremacy. Which I understand. They're we are the best. Which I'm yeah, you guys are a powerhouse, but you still gonna get it too. But they're not necessarily whiners like that. They know better. Thailand hardly says anything. Hardly. Same thing Indonesia. Hardly. Colombia and Venezuela don't even pay attention. They don't care. I can say anything about them. They don't care. Other people, man, getting in your feelings. And if you're the type of person that if you get hurt easy, do not join competition. I'm not saying that you can't handle. I'm saying it's for your own sake, for your own mental health and stamina. Do not participate. It's a lot to handle. And I'd say the same thing for the Olympics. Just don't join. You will sacrifice your body, your mind, your spirit, your soul. The world will try to break you in every way. And if you can't sustain it, do not step on stage. I don't want to see anybody crying, okay? I don't. But the world doesn't care about your feelings. And when I watch a competition, I'm not considering anyone's feelings. Because what matters is the competition. You should have considered your feelings before you stepped on stage. Don't cry when you get in the ring because somebody punched you in the face. You knew what you were doing. What are you doing? My God. My mom's meaner to me than I am to some of the, the contestants. Did you guys see that video where my mom looked at my fitness photo where I had an 8-pack ab set? It's my peak fitness photo. And my mom did it during a video and she said I look like a man. I know some people saw that video where my mom on camera to my face said I look like a man. And I laughed. We both laughed because it was funny. It was funny. Okay. My abs looked amazing, but she doesn't like that photo. I think stuff like that is funny, but some people are extremely sensitive. And competition at the end of the day is a game and it's supposed to be fun. If you're getting to the point where it's not fun for you, you shouldn't participate. Period. That's why I'm when the whole Nawat thing happened, I didn't even care because I'm just number one, he's showing his own weaker side by being sensitive to the issue because Miss Supranational was not wrong in what she said. So I'm why are you mad? Did she strike a nerve? She struck a nerve? What's the matter, Nawat? Am I not good enough for you? I pay attention to Miss Grand. You're welcome. I think you're one of the fun pageants to watch, but I mean, she wasn't wrong in what she said. So why are you upset? I just don't understand. I can't wait. I cannot look. Oh, somebody said beginning of sorrows. No, that photo was fire, them abs. I don't remember. I'm going to have to see what video. It was the criticism video. Because we were talking about criticism because people still don't get it. I let people see how my mom treats me. Like in my everyday real life. My mom roasts the hell out of me constantly. Constantly. I curl my hair. She says, oh, you look like an old school, Victorian baby doll. The creepy ones that grandmas put on their shelves. Yeah, you look like that. Like for no reason, my mom comes at me. And it's funny. Do you believe in political correctness? Not necessarily. I believe in respect. I always believe in respecting people. So like when I do pageant videos and I talk about a contestant, I respect the girls in that I'm not going to just insult it. I'm not going to say anybody's fat. I'm not going to say, her nose is big. I'm not going to say she's ugly. I'm not going to say that. But if I feel like a woman's fitness isn't where it's supposed to be, I'll mention it. If I feel like a woman could do better, I will say so. In my most recent video, me, my mom, and my friend are talking about this horrible video of nothing but misogyny. I was losing my mind. In that video, I was very lax. I had a t-shirt and we were going off. I was saying bitch to my girlfriend, but in a girlfriend way. Like, ladies, you know how we say bitch to our girlfriends and we're like, what's that, bitch? Like, I was doing that in the video and stuff. And I thought about it and I was like, are people going to be mad at me for it? And then I was like, I don't really care. Because unless someone is meaning to do something in a disrespectful manner, it really shouldn't matter. It really shouldn't. Whatever. So I don't really care about being politically correct. And I know some people want me to. I know some people want me to always behave like a pretty princess and always look, based on the way I look, people expect me to be a certain way. And I'm like, I'm going to be myself. Because to be honest, as a large pageant fan base that we have over here, you guys should expect that. You guys should be willing to let women be who they are, regardless of, how they portray themselves. It shouldn't matter. Yes, I will save the live. Usually I do save the live. Polly, did you? Oh, Polly's not a member of the coterie. See, the second video on criticism is uploaded to my nobility. Everybody in the coterie has seen that video. Me and mom, look. Sometimes this goes back into being politically correct. Sometimes I just don't give a damn. And you guys have seen me do it many times on my channel. When the fans want to get mad at me, I don't care. Oh, you're mad about a competition, about a game. I don't care. Unless something was truly disrespectful or out of pocket, which I have never done, I don't care. Competition's not about your feelings. It's a game. And if your contestant didn't do well, then so be it. And if you're going to whine about it, I'm likely going to make fun of you for it. That's what the second video, the criticism, me and mom got together and talked about it. We were cracking all types of jokes. We were talking mad mess. Because it's why are you crying? Why are you crying? Over a gown, over a shoe, It's silly to me. And this is coming, I understand not everybody has had my life experiences, but I have suffered some things in my life that really put things in perspective for me, that I'm not going to cry over an evening gown or a competitor or a girl, or I don't cry that easy. I'm just not. And some people have not really dealt with anything serious in their life. So it just it hits them and they get super emotional. Even I think the first time I ever had to address fans, I think me and mom it was me. I was talking about Samantha Bernardo, and Samantha and Abina were not at the top of my list when I first saw them, but for whatever reason, Philippines was only mad about Samantha. And then they were just we're going to riot. And then I was like, go for it. And they're like, well, we're going to unsubscribe. And I'm like, okay. Because even when I had 1,000 subscribers, I was still uploading videos. I don't think people they forget that. Even, let's say the whole channel dropped down to 10,000 subscribers. Do you think I would just disappear? I've had 10,000 subscribers before. So it's just, you can't really threaten me with anything because I don't care. I just don't. I don't. I'm here for the fun and the gowns. Anybody crying about it has missed the point of the game. Missed the point. I just don't like people. If somebody built a channel roasting like my production quality, they're like, her lighting is off, the coloring is off, the angle is off, I would probably laugh and take notes. Facts. I am willing to pay someone. Like, if we have any production students in the court, let me know, because I love criticism. I love it. Now, if it comes to like my looks or whatever, number one, I'm not getting plastic surgery for you. Whether I had the money or not, I'm gorgeous. I don't care what you say. Like, look, come on now. We're not doing that. It's just not happening. It's not. So I don't critique competitors on their looks either. But if you want to like criticize my quality the same way I do women, I welcome the hell out of it. Help me. Lord have mercy. Help me. Help me. Somebody, one of y'all should have told me about bit rates. It took me forever to learn about bit rates and frame rates. Like, I wish I would have had gotten the criticism. Life would have been easier for me. I'm still trying to learn on my own. Oh, by the way, yes. I'm always learning, you guys. I did so much research on how to set up audio stuff in my room because I'm going to do special videos for you guys. Look at this. I don't know if you guys can see this. Not really. Come over here. There we go. And up. I have like a whole audio like setup singing wise on this side of my room now. It took me a lot of research. This is a top of the line microphone. Okay. I did a lot of research on my own to do this all by myself. And I wish I had had somebody to tell me, even in a mean way, what to do, because it was hard. I needed help. Learning how to do streams. You guys remember my struggle streams from like 2 years ago when there was a big square box over my face? Nobody told me how to fix that. I would have appreciated some criticism at the time. I needed it because it took me forever to figure out how to fix it. What are your thoughts on Nawat from Miss Grand International? Like, nothing. I don't understand why anybody gets bent out of shape about him. That's like getting bent out of shape about me criticizing, a gown. Why are you mad? Not only do I always do that, it's pretty common. Like, people get mad at me for my attitude or my behavior, but it's like I have been consistent. I have been a consistent smart aleck since day one. I'm a nice smart aleck, and I'm fun, and I'm very kind, but I will make jokes. I've been doing that the whole time. You shouldn't be surprised at this point. No one should be surprised at Nawat's behavior. Nawat shouldn't be throwing a fit because it's embarrassing himself only. That's why Miss Earth didn't say nothing. Miss Earth sat on her throne and said, embarrassing, wouldn't be me. He shouldn't have said a word. Why are you mad? Oh, you shouldn't have said nothing. Miss Grand is not a top 5 pageant. Even though Miss Grand is one of my top 3. That's why I'm saying at least Nawat is like, Miss Grand is on my channel, Nawat. So what's like, you're welcome. Okay. I think you're special. Don't be hurt. Okay. Don't be hurt. Miss Supranational she wasn't asking for no problem. She wasn't calling for some smoke. Like, Nawat, fight somebody who wants to fight. That's what I do. If I want to pick a fight, I'm going to pick a fight with someone who deserves it and who can throw punches back. I'm not going to pick on somebody who I know is not going to fight me. Just like the most recent video I did, me, my mom, and my friend were going off because it's so misogynistic, you guys. Who saw that video? I know it's only been up for like 8 hours, but still, that video is insane. It was insane. And I was concerned when I was putting it up because I know certain queens follow the channels, but then I'm like, but you're women and you know how my attitude is. It's fine. I like being myself. So I was like, I'm putting up the video because it was fun. It was with my friend and it needs to be seen. That I have heard and seen some misogynistic takes in my life, but that video, guys, I mean, that's why I did a trailer. I never do trailers, but I had to do a trailer for that video because that video is an hour and a half long and it's worth every freaking minute. Like that video, there was these guys saying men only use women for sex. Women are useless other than to sleep with. Like, having platonic female friends is useless. Men should not have platonic female friends. Having sex is like a handshake. That video is wild. And that's why I was like, I want to talk about this because it's fun to talk about pageants. But I think even you guys, like, get bored of pageants. All of you guys do other things other than pageants. I'm assuming most people have other hobbies, other interests outside of pageantry. So I never wanted to be the type of YouTuber to just be like, I am just going to do one thing ever, because I demand so much of the queens. I demand that they be so diverse and multifaceted and so worldly. How dare I sit here and do nothing else but talk about the women that I say should do everything else? Like, hypocritical much. So I like to keep it in the realm. That video did have me shook. It still has me shook. It's on Instagram, because I was standing in the kitchen rewatching the video with my mom, and I was still shook. Every time I hear that video, I'm shook, because he said that out loud, you guys. Out loud. It's just like, what man says this out loud? And not only did he say it out loud, he believes it. He believes it. He said, full throat breath, men only ever have use for women to have sex. If he's taking you on a date, it's only so that he can have sex with you. Men honestly don't care about your personality and what you think and how you behave. Honestly, it comes down to the sex. And if you don't annoy us, maybe we'll talk to you after that. But 100% it's always about the sex. I'm not making this up. That's in the video. I'm baffled. And as a person who empowers women and who's always defending women, who talks about women all the time, I'm like, let's deal with these misogynists. Like, this is going to be my side project. We talk about pretty pageant girls all the time. What is my side project going to be? Wiping the earth of misogynists, and at the same time giving actual helpful tips to men. Because I get you guys don't get us. I get it. That's why I was like, let's do the upgrade. We can have girl chats, because a lot of the girls love to have girl chats. And since we have a lot of men around, we have the men to talk to. Very respectful, responsible men on this channel. Thank God. Men who support women. Jesus. No, I don't have a podcast. My mom wants to do it. I told her not until that part of the channel has built up its own like audience and people that want to see it, then we can put it into a podcast, because I do think that works as a podcast, specifically because the space is dominated mostly by misogynistic men. If you go around YouTube and you look at the people giving advice about women, it's men. If you go around YouTube and just type in all that stuff, typically it's men talking about women. I'm like, this is totally out of place, because the way that they all talk about women is very bad. It's bad. Like, they talk very poorly about women. It's gross, like grotesque. And that's why I was like, okay, well, since women, like, we like to talk about this anyways in our private lives, why not just put it out in the open, and instead of bashing men, actually just tell them? Because men always want to know the answers. Men are always asking us, like, okay, what do you women want? Like, what do you want? What is your problem? Let's just tell them. I'm just like, let's just tell them. Just tell them everything. I'm going to tell men as much as everything that I know, which is a lot. I'm a woman, but I'm going to tell you everything that I know. And hopefully that pushes you in a direction of not becoming a misogynistic jerk and keeps you away from the channels that are spreading that toxicity. At the same time, I will be doing reactions to the misogyny, because they have been existing too long. I'm done with it. Like, I've done videos on the hater nation, but the haters to me have kind of run their course. They're not interesting. They're doing the same thing. I'm not going to keep making videos on them to say the same thing. I've done reactions. I've talked about just about all of them. I went through their Twitters. There's not too much more to say, because they don't do anything with their lives. I might check in with them maybe once every 2 years, but right now I'm really bored with them. But this actual, like, the topic of just women's stuff has always interested me. So I'm like, I'm already doing pageants, and we're talking about women anyways, and I'm going to do male pageants too. So might as well, make it full circle and talk about all the stuff women talk about and have fun with it. Miss Earth Philippines is back to holding site pageant. Why male and gay pageants aren't getting much fanfare. Look, what? You need to live react to the flagrant 2 interview, 2 guys that exposed them fresh and fit clowns. Yeah, that's why I just did a video on fresh and fit. That video is wild as hell. That video it's insane. And be prepared for me to have a whole lot of attitude, because it's beyond insulting. It's not even insulting. It's degrading. They don't talk about women like humans. They talk about women like cattle, like chickens they keep in a barn. It's gross. Even if you're a man, you'll be pissed because you don't want your mom and your sister treated that way. I'm warning you, if you watch that video is wild. It is. It's super, super wild. But yeah, honestly, we can talk about male pageants. Honestly, the reason male pageants aren't getting attention, I'm a straight female, and I am more attracted to the women than I am the men when it comes to pageantry. The women have more charisma than the men do. In fact, I wonder if I can pull one up. No, it's because it might get copyrighted. I was going to pull it up and then I realized it is absolutely disturbing the way they talk about women. So that's why I'm like, I'll be talking more about the misogyny, the people that target, because pageant queens talk about women's empowerment all the time. They always want to empower women, better women. The flip side of that are these men who always want to dehumanize and degrade women. So since I'm already uplifting the pageant queens, might as well address the misogynists who are damn near attacking the pageant queens and every woman in general who's worth anything. Like, it's might as well. When you objectify a man, like what they do to women, they will take it as compliments. Like, if I'm dating somebody, if I'm like in a committed relationship already and my boyfriend is like, ooh, look at my saucy piece of steak, like if he's doing it, that's fine, because I already know he likes me or loves me for reasons outside of my body. So I don't mind. Like, if my husband boyfriend is going at it, calling me all types of sexy names, like, by all means, sir, have at me. But if we're not in a relationship, why are you looking at me and talking to me like I am a meal? Like you would like to eat me? I'm sure that I look very scrumptious. I'm sure that I do. But there's more to me than what I look like. And if you can't appreciate that, you don't deserve me. That's gross to me. Women don't like to be used. We're not utensils. And and men don't, that's the thing. The way that they treat women, men do not like to be treated that way. I know, like, oh, men would love to be objectified. No, they don't. See, men like to be objectified in a sexual way. But that's not how women like to objectify you. We treat you like a bank. We treat you like a walking wallet. And men don't seem to like that so much. See, when women play our game, the men are suddenly offended. They have no problem with the sexual part because that gives them what they want. But the moment we start, dehumanizing them and treating them like an object, like a walking $100 bill, it's a problem. So men truly do not like to be objectified. They don't. They do not like to be used. Because, baby, you can give me your credit card if you like it that much. But I'm telling, this is Fresh and Fit are always saying, don't let women use you. Don't let women use you. But y'all like to use us. But you like to use us. This is how you end up getting played. Go watch the video I just posted, because it'll tell you everything. You'll hear it all. But that's how you end up getting played. Don't play games with me. I would never just go out of my way to hurt a man. Like, that is honestly, it's not even just a man. It's like anybody. And this is why I take offense when people get too sensitive. I would never go out of my way to hurt like a pageant queen, any person, period. I do not like to be the cause of pain. I find that incredibly distressing. Even if this has never happened, but let's say there was a woman in front of me, like crying, like legitimately crying because I said I don't like her dress. That is very stupid, but I still have empathy that she's legitimately hurt. Even if it's something that it's so small, I don't like to be the cause of that much sorrow. And I understand that she's truly hurt. I don't like being the cause of any type of pain whatsoever. However, you guys know I have the crown of shade. The crown of shade is right there. There comes a point where I don't give a damn. There comes a point where you threw punches at me first, and now I get to reciprocate, and you're going to find out I hit harder. That's just facts of life. I've never made it a secret that I am willing to fight. I said it in the latest video. Me and my girlfriend was like, we made no secrets that we were ready to fight if need be. Like we are that type of women. Because the men get offended. They do get offended. And you can't. Oh, so silly. What's your zodiac sign? I'm an Aries. If you can't tell. Fire sign. You know? 100%, I am the freaking sweetest sweetheart. I will carry your gown for you. I will bring you dinner in the rain. Like, I will walk through puddles for you. I will pick you up and carry you in my arms if your feet hurt. Like, I am that type of person. But I will also personally dig your grave and escort you to hell if you try me. Aries energy. That's how it is. I don't know how to say it. But yeah, so this is just how it's April. Yes, April is for Aries. My birthday's in April, y'all. It's in April. But yeah, so there will be, stuff on the channel. We'll talk about like women's stuff. Seeing as I do pageants, we'll also talk about women's stuff, and we'll talk about pageants, and we'll talk about men's stuff. And we were talking about male pageants, and the thing I was saying about male pageants are not as charismatic as the female pageants. If I put women and men up against each other in a pageant, the women would win. They have more charisma, they have more charm, they serve more face, they serve more elegance. The men basically treat it like a runway show. And I'm a straight female, okay? The men should have me on my knees. The men should have me begging. The men should have me sweating. There was one live stream we were in here talking about Pia Wurtzbach's boyfriend, because amazing. I would never try to steal her boyfriend. I'm not that type of person. But doesn't mean he's not cute, sis. Pia got a good one. Pia's boyfriend and Henry Cavill. Gorgeous men, okay? I had like, we had a whole heat fest in here. I had to turn the air conditioner on and everything because it was hot. Oh my God. It was amazing. The men make me sweat. When I watch a male pageant, bored. There is no fanning. There is no sweating. There is no nothing. You guys have seen me like fan myself and freak out watching women. I'm not even attracted to women, and the women make me blush sometimes the way they look at me. But the men whom I actually have an attraction to, I feel nothing. How? Make it make sense. They just don't have the same charisma. They don't have the same charm. It's the same reason my Instagram, the people that I follow on Instagram, is full of sexy women. My entire Instagram is full of bad looking, saucy ladies, all pageant queens, past, present, future, whole bunch of women, all beautiful women, fitness women, Korean women, gorgeous women. Like most of the people I follow, women. Why? Because men don't take pictures the way women do. Men's pictures are boring. They're flat, non-creative, uninspired, nothing. And this is coming from a straight woman. You guys are giving me no attraction. How is that supposed to make me feel? I wish I was a lesbian. It'd be great. Life would be so much easier. But no. Just no. Men don't give the fantasy. That's what I'm saying. Where's the fantasy? Where's the magic, men? Where is that? Have you guys seen who serves really good runway face? When I watch red carpets, like Jason Momoa on a red carpet, that man oozes charm. He oozes charisma, the way he laughs, the way he smiles, the way he looks when he's taking photos. There's a reason why women love him so much. He's got charm. He can charm the pants literally off of damn near any woman. And he is single right now. He is single. I would love to put Jason Momoa on stage and show the men what it's supposed to be. Because I could... If men performed the way women did, oh my God, I wouldn't be able to judge. I wouldn't. There would be no point. It'd be just, Lord have mercy. Me and mom would just be in here just tripping out. We would be so distracted. It would not be possible for me to like judge men the same way I judge women. Because the level of distraction would not be the same. See, I'm not attracted to women, so it's easier for me to like pay attention. But men, I start fantasizing. I start looking at you and building us a life together within the first 10 seconds. Like, I could keep you. Oh, Cal Drogo, and see, that's so unhealthy because Khal Drogo is a Neanderthal. He's a misogynistic mess. There is no reason women should be attracted to Khal Drogo. But the thing is, he stopped being a misogynistic jerk like in the later season, and he started calling his wife Khaleesi. He started calling her like my moon and stars. Oh my god! And the way he smolders and stares at people and still stares at Khaleesi, and then he gets this smile. Oh my god. Y'all, I can't. If I had to watch an entire pageant full of Khal Drogos, I would melt. I can't do it. But see, the men don't give me that. They give me nothing. Nothing. And I am going to make a video about it, but the men need to pick it up. They're giving no spice, uniqueness, sauciness. Some of these men like have built bodies and everything, but when they walk a runway, they just like they're acting like a male model. Male models are boring. All models are boring. Because they're supposed to be. That's literally their job. You're supposed to attract attention to the clothes, not yourself. So it's kind of your job to be in the background. But on a pageant stage, in a run, you're supposed to be the center focus. And they don't change their face. There's no smolder in the eyes. There's no like coy smile. Nothing. Like, male pageants would be, if they did it right, male pageants would be some of the most popular, like, oh my, it would be like the equivalent of Thunder from Down Under. Y'all would have raging, roaring crowds full of middle-aged women or something. Like, women would be holding their bachelorette parties at male pageants if they did it right. The problem is they don't do it right. I would love to fix a male pageant because, let me fix you guys. Look, forget the women, they'll be fine. Let me fix the men. I promise I'll behave. Can I fix them though so I can enjoy it myself? Good Lord. The Victoria's Secret fashion show is hella entertaining. Absolutely. Oh my gosh. And Miss France is the closest one to getting like the entertainment value of a Victoria's Secret fashion show. Oh my God. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? There's another video I want to do of how other pageants can take down IMG as the top pageant, which honestly wouldn't be that difficult. I know how to do it. If Nawat really wanted to be the number one pageant, wouldn't be that difficult. He kind of halfway there, but it's not that difficult. Number one, all you need to do, build a better show. Build a show that rivals Miss France. You build a show that can rival Miss France, you will gain the attention of the entire pageant community because we all love a good show, period. Easy. Have the best, most creative show you possibly can. Take Miss France out of the game. That's the first thing you do. Which, if you're a creative person, that's not too difficult. Like, I'm a creative person. I could easily put together a show that's something like the Victoria's Secret fashion show and just, that'd be easy. Second thing is a little bit more scary for specifically directors, not necessarily the women. They need a winner, a title holder that is unafraid of controversy. You want to knock IMG and the Miss Universe organization off the top spot, you need to become more relevant than they are. And to be honest, Miss Universe isn't that relevant. Like, if you turn on the news any day of the week, when's the last time Miss Universe made the news other than when Miss Universe is crowned? Like, usually they do a 10-second segment. Oh, by the way, the new Miss Universe has been crowned, if we're lucky, and then that's it. That's all we hear about pageants in the mainstream news, ever. So it's not that hard to be more relevant than Miss Universe. But the only way to do it is to take on a controversy. It doesn't have to be something like super ridiculous or crazy or super controversial, but you got to get in the fight. That's the only way to do it. That's the only way to be relevant. I've told women that before. They can be scared all they want. You want to be relevant, you have to be willing to fight. Otherwise, no one's paying attention to the person not throwing punches. that's, everybody pays attention to the fight. Everybody watches the fighters. Everybody watches who's relevant. If you are on the sidelines as a spectator, of course nobody's looking at you. Duh. Yes, you don't need to make controversies. That's like me. I have never just sit here and decided I'm gonna make a controversy today. Like, I'm just gonna randomly drag Catriona for some stupid outfit she wore on a random Sunday that nobody saw. Like, I'm not over here just randomly doing stuff. Usually, I see something and I attack whatever controversy has already been started. Like when the news anchor wanted to talk mess about Miss Universe and say it should be canceled, she threw mess out there and I grabbed my mop and broom and decided to clean it up. That's all that is. Yeah, MGI is just making controversies. There was no controversy until Nawat spoke up. So you made that controversy. There was no trouble until you spoke up. So that's the thing. If you spoke up and then there's trouble, you made the controversy. So like when the TYT thing happened, Anna spoke up. And then I went and cleaned that mess up. Anna started that controversy. Even like the haters, the people I've made videos on it, they'll do something wrong. And then I'll address it and start a whole bunch of whatever nonsense. So it's just like, pick something to fight for. Legit, there's a million things to fight for. It's so easy. Like me going after these misogynists on YouTube, super easy. They are spreading nonsense all over the internet. They open their mouth and started dragging women. I didn't start it, but I sure as hell will go clean it up. I didn't start that controversy. If it turns into a controversy, they threw the first punch. You started it. It's not me. But yeah, that's the only way to take out IMG and the Miss Universe organization. Nawat needs to make the Miss Grand Queen more relevant than Miss Universe. It's not that hard to do. Just got to do it. And honestly, Miss Universe should be worried because like why is Miss Universe not in the news? Like why isn't she? What is Miss Universe doing? Where's Miss Universe right now? Where's her Nas, guys? I'm just wondering. Let me just check real quick. Where is Miss Universe? Because I never know what the hell's going on, and that's a problem. I'm gonna check Miss Universe. Let's see what Miss Universe is doing right now. Why did I do that? Who's your favorite Victoria's Secret model besides Rosie? How did you know I loved Rosie Huntington Wheatley? How did you know that? How did you... Y'all, you're not going to believe what I just... Look, you're not going to believe... Is this real? This is real. The Miss Universe organization has not posted on Instagram since January 30th. And that's only for Cheslie. They did that for Cheslie. Before that, they put up a fashion makeup reel for her Nas. She looks amazing. That was the 28th. And then she did a fan appreciation live stream. Happy Republic Day for India. Okay. A happy birthday to Iris Matin. I'm going through Miss Universe's Instagram right now. This is what I mean when I'm talking about being relevant. Being relevant. Because I'm like, what is Miss Universe doing right now? What is she doing today? Not a damn thing. Not a damn thing. I didn't expect that. I didn't expect this. I am distressed that... This is why her Nas is great. Like, everybody knows I was screaming about her when she won. But now that she's queen, let's make stuff happen. Go, queen. Go, girls. Let's do something. Let's make history. Like, where's my warriors? What are we doing? I'm here. I'm ready. What are we doing? Well, we're trying to change the world and clean up the world. What are we doing? Why are we not moving? What's happening? Nothing. Nothing. I don't understand. I did. I didn't see. I don't remember when I said that. That's why I was like, "Ooh, look at you." Andrew's been around for a minute, man. You have been around for a minute, Andrew. My lord. Yeah, Rosie Huntington Wheatley's was my favorite model. Yeah, you guys, you've been around for a minute. I modeled one of my Sims after her. The blonde one is modeled after her. Wow. The marketing team has no initiative at all. That's why I'm like, there is no reason, there's no way that I can be perceived to be doing more than a Miss Universe. Like, I should not be on the same level as the Miss Universe. There's no, she has a team, she has a backing, she's got people behind her. She can make way more of an impact than I can. So why isn't she? I'm like, I'm waiting, like, as a fan, I'm sitting here waiting for my orders. I'm waiting for my marching orders. I'm waiting for Miss Universe to band together and say, all right, guys, this is the issue we're tackling. This is what we're going to do. Let's go. I'm like, yes, my queen. I can make a video on it. I can talk about it. I will help you start the conversation. Let's go. Like, I'm waiting for my orders as a lieutenant general. I am sitting here with my stars on, waiting for my commander-in-chief to tell me what's going down. Silence. 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 This is where I get upset with queens. Like, as much as I love to talk about their gowns and how pretty they are and how wonderful they are, yes, you are, you're cute and all, you're so adorable, I still like to make an impact. I still like to do something worth something. I still like, if I were to pass away, you know, in like a year or something, if you look at my YouTube channel, you'd be like, okay, she stood for something. You can look at my YouTube channel and be like, yes, she talked about pageants a lot. But there are a ton of videos where I'm talking about bullying, and I'm talking about so much stuff, political issues, the misogyny, like spreading whole bunches of knowledge and whatnot, having full-fledged discussions. Like, clearly this woman stood for something. You can see that based on my platform. Where is the rest of the queens? Like, I've been to protests. There's, even when I had a Miss Earth sash, I'm sitting here, I have videos, me doing environmental stuff. Like, you can see it. I should not, what thumbnail? He's the brother thumbnail. You must be talking about my most recent video thumbnail. Look, I needed y'all to see the frustration, because I was struggling in that video. I was hot. I was mad. Mom was mad. My friend was mad. We were mad. We were some mad women. I'm just like, probably the reason why Miss Universe isn't doing anything at the moment, because they're mourning of the passing of Cheslie. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it whatsoever. Because I went to the post before Cheslie. That's why I'm saying I'm not buying it. And the only thing that I have on their Instagram, they're posting, you know, fashion photos of Miss Universe, some of which are questionable. I'm just gonna throw that out there, okay? Because we discuss fashion over here. Some of them are a little questionable, okay? Some of you gay men know what I'm talking about. Let's not lie. Hernaz is beautiful. I can dress her better. And some of these outfits, some of the outfits are like really, really nice. Like, she has this patterned sweater and everything. That's a really nice outfit for her. I like that. So some of the outfits are fine. There's a few of them I was like, I don't know, we could have did better there. But, you know, that's just me being me. But I'm scrolling beyond Cheslie, and there's nothing about her being anywhere significant, doing anything significant, meeting anyone significant. So that's why I'm like, because I'm not going to just judge somebody off gate and say they're not doing anything. I'll check. Like, if she's not doing something here, maybe she's doing something here. I will check. But from what I'm seeing on different platforms, it's nothing. And that's concerning to me. Well, it already happened, and we do mourn, but life must continue. So that correct. You know, as upset as I was, and even if I think about it too much, I'll like re-upset myself to the point where I'm mad. So it's not like the hurt's not still there, but you do have to continue. You do have to continue. Like, I still have to post videos. I still have to be here. I'm still going to be a part of the community. I still have, projects that I want to work on that are outside of pageantry. Like, I'm still doing things. So, why isn't everybody else? Only people I give a pass to is likely her mother, the family members. But everybody else, back to work with you. Life keeps ticking and life keeps moving. What do you think she would want? You to sit there and do nothing? Not my working happy queen. No, she wouldn't. Mm-mm. No. Oh my goodness. So I was looking at the coronation calendar. By the way, if you're not in the Discord, you should be in the Discord. Because some people always wonder where we're having these discussions, where we're getting our information. Because they'll hear me on a video talking about a discussion I had with fans. And they're like, when did she do that? It's either Instagram or Discord. So if you're not like cued into the Discord, you're not cued into Instagram, you're missing stuff. Okay, because we talk pageants year round. And like I said, we do talk about other things, which are important. Most of the videos, if it's not pageantry, I would still, like I did a trailer for the most recent video. It's like 3 minutes so people understood the topic. But if you watch the trailer, I think most people, most women specifically, would be like, holy hell, this video is worth watching. I know it's outside of pageantry, but I'm not going to do something that's just boring. Put it that way, okay? The boring stuff goes on the House of Sovereign. It goes on the second channel. My vlogs, motorcycles, just normal day stuff. That goes on the House of Sovereign. If I do it over here, it's likely something worth watching. Otherwise, I do put the other stuff on the House of Sovereign. Oh, thank you. The curls. Yeah. I couldn't get into the Discord for a long time because I kept getting rate limited. I don't know what that means. I do know that you're in there, but I don't know what that means. We did appoint some Queen's Guard into the Discord, so we do have some guards there. I'm here for the dragging and the drama. That's why I'm like, as much as I love pageants and whatnot, when I get the opportunity to snatch somebody, they get snatched. You're gonna get snatched. Because people will forget how I am or who I am based on the way I look. I think a lot of people see me as like a 16-year-old cutesy, girly girl who couldn't harm a fly. And I don't want people to get that misconception. I am very honest about who I am as a person. First of all, I am a grown woman. I am into my 20s. Thank you. I finally got into my 20s. I reached it. But yes, I'm sorry. Some people are like, maybe she's secretly 40. No, I got a ways to go. But I have always presented myself to be different from pageant queens. I do not want to be lumped in the same. I love them. Okay. We know that I do. I don't want to be put in the same category because pageant queens, they have limits. They have restrictions. They have lines they can't cross. I say screw the lines because I don't have none and I don't care about them. I don't care if you mad or you mad or you mad. Forget your lines. If I want to snatch, I can snatch because the only person that says what I can and cannot do is me. Now, I do make exception for like if I am a visitor into somebody else's court, then I obey their rules. Like when I did the interview with the International Miss Earth Queens, I'm not going to ask them like super personal or controversial questions unless I know that they're prepared to deal with that. I will probe them. I will push, I'll try to get, answers out of them, but I'm not going to push them too far unless, we've discussed it previously. I respect other people's courts, but when I'm in my own house, when I'm in my own court, when it's just me, I'll do whatever the hell I please. Thank you. Thank you very much. Very, very much. And I kind of like being that example because some of the girls are so scared. It's not that they don't want to do something or say something. They're just scared. And I'm like, babe, look, I have been up here for years doing whatever the hell I want. And I have been getting yelled at for it. People have tried to drag me for it. People have sent me hate messages for it. People have yelled at me and threatened me and all said a whole bunch of nasty things to me for it. And I have tolerated it for years. So if I can do it, you'll survive your year of reign. We're in this together. I like being that person to be like, if I can do all that I do and say all that I say, what makes you think they're going to come after you instead of me? Because I'm the one spouting the most. I'm the one that's mouthing off the most. I'm the most loudest. I'm the most like talkative. I'm the one that will say the things that nobody else wants to say. So what makes you think they're going to come after you, girl? Go do what you want to do. Because I'm the first one on the chopping block, not you. I freely allow people to throw knives at me, and then it makes the girls safe, because there's nothing that the girls can say that's worse than anything that I've said. The girls are super nice. I will go ham. I'll go super hard. Oh, thank you, April, for the super chat. We see you down there. See you pop up. Thank you very much. But yeah, I always, sometimes I'll hear from directors or hear from the girls, and I'm like, babe, no one's about to be mad at you. If they haven't come for my head, if they haven't come to my house and banged on my door, they're not coming after you. Go do what you want to do. Go post what you want to post, babe. There is no reason to be afraid. Go. Because I'm the first, they coming for my neck first. You could try to get it too. You could try to get it, but I have several crowns to wear when I go to war. I got a new crown for every single day. I did get a new crown, by the way. It's up there. I have a problem. I have a problem. I know I have a problem. I know. Yeah, we're in this together. There's only ever been one queen that was actually mad at me. Like, actually, there's only ever been one. Like, in my years of talking about pageantry, there's only ever been one queen that was mad at me. And one of the things she's brought up, she was... It's funny because she had my criticism was that she was too perfect. I was like, babe, and she was like one of my favorites too. So the fact that she was mad at me baffled me, because I had spoken to her before this and I had already told her she was she knew she was one of my favorites, and I thought she was going to win. She didn't. But one of my criticisms was like, she's probably too perfect. And I had put it in a video or something, and she was super mad. And she was like, well, you don't even have to do what we have to go through. You don't understand what it's like to go through what we have to go through. You would never be able to tolerate what it's like. And I'm like, excuse me. I know we're feeling very special today, but I have been in the public spotlight and on the public chopping block since 2018. You have been here for 3 months, if that. Okay, I'm not going to say where she was competing, but she wasn't really on the radar to begin with. So that's why I'm like, when girls they think that I don't understand. I'm like, I've been going through what you're currently going through for years. The hate messages and, the spotlight and the criticism. I've been getting that. We are in this together. We are. And after you're done and you're gone and you're back to normal life, I'm still going to be getting it. That's the thing. I'm still going to be sitting here catching the hate and the threats. I'm still going to be under the public scrutiny and in the fire, and you're going to be long gone. But she wasn't thinking at the time, because she was like in her own head. And I felt bad that she was hurt, but at the same time I was like, you should not be competing in pageantry. Because she was not a woman that I gave harsh criticism to. At all. I have given some harsh criticism. It's legit criticism, but I get it. But she's not one that got it. She was a legit mad over like nothing. After I had already told her that I thought she was gonna win. So when she didn't, I was surprised. But she had a mental meltdown. Yeah, it was, she did not handle, and I was just like, you should not be, I still have unopened messages from that woman. I still have unopened, because she started firing off voice notes and stuff, and I was like, I'm not dealing with this. I did tell her she could call me and talk to me if it was a problem, but why are you mad? You were one of my favorites. Just chill. Those are the type of people that shouldn't be competing. If you can't handle me telling you you're too perfect, which is literally something I say about Colombians and Venezuelans constantly, because they're so their training is impeccable, but their persona is too manufactured. And she was performing like a Colombian, and I'm like, I basically gave her that criticism. She had a meltdown. I'm like, if you can't take that, don't compete. Because that's legitimate criticism, babe. That's not even bashing. If you can't handle that, you don't want to hear what the judges say to you or what the fans say. Like, you cannot handle an international title. That baby. If you breaking down over what somebody has to say about your shoes, dress, hair, I don't care if it's your performance, the way you walk, the way you turn. If you are in the bathroom crying, I feel for you, but get off stage. Because I've been taking this nonsense for years. How many years has it been at this? 18, 19, 20, 4 years? I've been taking this nonsense for 4 years. I am still happy, petty, and a smart mouth. Nothing has changed. If you can't handle it, get off stage. Just get off. Who's Michelle? Somebody said, is it Michelle? We Canadians. Yeah, I do try to, like, you know, I know the girls are like, oh my God, don't criticize my walk, babe, but you need to fix your knees. It's not coming from hate, but fix it. But I do try to remind everybody, like, hey, I know I appear very happy and very peppy, and it really seems like nothing affects me because most of the time it doesn't. I don't really take anything to heart. But I still get the same amount, if not more hate than most queens do. Especially since they're only, even if they win, they only stay for 1 year. I've been here for 4. So, I understand, okay? Let's not pretend like it's, like I don't know. I surely do. I just don't care. People can say whatever they want about me. Usually I laugh. If it's really good, I'll make a video on it. Like, yeah. Oh God, no. Did I ever criticize Andrea on anything? There was nothing to criticize on. I couldn't criticize Andrea if I wanted to. I do my best to try to find even the smallest thing that I think, because I love improvement. People think I'm just, oh, you only focus on bad things. No, I focus on improvement. I am an obsessive competitor. So even if my production is really, really good, I don't care. All I'm looking at is the imperfections. All I want is ways to be better. I am pulling at every single thread I can to figure out what I can do to be the best. I don't care about what I did good. I don't care if my walk was good. How can it be better? But I can look, I don't know who. Sorry, I don't know. I was like, what? Who? Yeah, I don't focus on imperfections. I focus on what can I do to make this better? And people got to stop seeing everything's negative. Everybody sees everything so negatively. I'm like, no, that's not what I'm looking at. When I see things, I'm thinking positively. What can I do to make this better? I see my bedroom. I see my room. I see my walls. What can I do to make this better? I can add an extra shelf. I can do more color over here. I can add the flowers over there. Ooh, let's spice it up with a candle. I care about improvement constantly, all the time, personal and non, like always. But I'm looking at Amy's comment right now, and I think Michelle was one of those people who I felt bad for her. I did. Now, there's two sides of me. There's the empathetic version of me who's like, oh my God, babe, I just want to hug you and pat you on the back and tell you everything's going to be okay. And then there's the competitor side of me who's like, suck it up. Suck it up. What are you crying for? Suck it up and get over. Suck it up. Miss Universe Philippines is one of the hardest titles in the world to get. You knew what you were getting into. You knew what you were up against. Why are we dealing with the tears? Why are we dealing with the crying? Why? And the thing is, I get, like, she's having feelings, she's having emotions, she needs time, and I understand that. But you need to understand as a competitor, if you can't handle this is something you need to rethink. You need to rethink your life choices if this is what's going to be happening. It's a hard thing to deal with. Even for me, because I do care about the girls. I really do. But if I care about them, I do have to tell them the truth. And I'm like, if you can't handle the scrutiny, if you can't handle the pressure, if this is not a safe environment for you mentally, do not get on stage. And I know that sucks to hear, but don't. It's not safe. I don't want you to cry. I don't want you to be hurt. I don't want you to be affected for the rest of your life because of something that largely doesn't really matter. So don't do it if you cannot handle it. And I can even attest to this because I've had to take myself out of competitions that I could not handle. And it's not even that I wasn't good at it. I used to be a fighter. I was a high school wrestler, and I used to do martial arts, and I used to do what is it? Like combat fighting. Like I have medals and trophies for fighting. I was really good at it. I've been trained my whole life to fight. Really good at it. But one day I realized that it wasn't really good for me. I was in a wrestling match, and a guy that I was wrestling cross-faced me. He pushed his arm across my face and accidentally hit my lip, and my lip started bleeding, and they had to stop the match because I was bleeding. Can't be bleeding on each other, so they had to clean me up. And I was pissed. Like, I was enraged. At the moment, I was standing very still, letting my coach clean my lip. I was very still, very stoic, didn't say a thing. But internally, I knew I was gonna slaughter that man. I knew that he was toast. I knew he was finished. I cannot tolerate being hit in any aggressive manner. It triggers something in me. So that when I went back on that mat, I was ruthless. You would have thought I hated him. I won that match and the anger didn't go away. My very next match, I threw the person that I was up against, and I made that person cry. It was another guy. I was in high school. He cried. That match was over in like 13 seconds. He cried because I was still mad. And I had to realize, as good as I am at doing these type of things, I don't like it. I'm good at it. I get medals for it. But it's not good for me mentally. I'm not having fun. It's legitimately upsetting me to the point where I'm enraged. Like, I'm legitimately affected. Like, I do not like to be touched aggressively. It will put me in a space where I become like Godzilla. You cannot take me, and I will not stop. I'm better than I was when I was in high school. Like, I can kind of grab some self-control now and maybe bring myself back from the ledge. But back in high school, when I was a teenager, you would need like an armed forces to stop one person. You would need the Marine Corps up against me if somebody hit me. I do not like to be hit. So instead of sitting here and being like, well, you guys shouldn't hit so hard, or maybe the sport should be less violent. I'm not going to advocate for a fighting sport to be less violent. I have to look at myself and be like, you know what? The sport's not the problem. This is just not the sport for you. You need to remove yourself from this environment because you're going to hurt somebody. You're not having fun. You're clearly upset. You're not benefiting from this at all. And you're going to hurt somebody. So I stopped competing. I stopped wrestling. I didn't do Roman Greco that summer. Didn't do any more martial arts matches. I completely 100% stepped away from physically violent sports. Not because I was bad at it, but because it pissed me off. It was not good for my mental health. I was wrecking people, and not in a good way. And it was making me angry and violent, and it would trigger me. That's the correct word. It would get to the point where it would trigger me into like seeing red and blacking out and then waking up, and it's like being a vampire and you go on like a blood rage binge and then you wake up from your bender and everybody in the house is dead because you drank everybody's blood. Like, that's me. So I had to stop. And I did. Ever since like high school. No more combat sports. Not good for me. And so the competitors of pageantry are going to have to look at themselves and understand or think about, is this sport good for me? If this sport is causing you anxiety, if it's causing you to not have confidence, if it's causing you unhappiness, if it's causing you to cry, if it's impacting your mental health, you should not be competing. Period. If you cannot handle the nature of the sport, you should not be competing. Happens to figure skaters when their bodies can't take it, when they start getting hip replacements, when they start, getting bones removed from their back because their spinal cord has been impacted so many times from doing triple and quad jumps, when their knees are built out of metal because they've had bone replacements. This sport is no longer good for you, and it's time to stop. I know when to remove myself. The girls are going to have to learn that too. Not everybody is built for competition. I love competition, but only certain competitions. I will not do any more physically violent competitions. You want to see me in freaking spades, in Uno, in Monopoly? I will have at your butt. Give me your Xbox gamer tag and we can play games. I'm talking all the mess and the nonsense, and I expect no crying when I win. But pageant queens, you search within themselves whether or not you can handle the public scrutiny. Because these are the women who say, I want to be like the first female president. Girl, you want to be the first female president and you can't handle people talking about your dress? Do you know what we do to presidential candidates? We about to go through your entire life history, your yearbook, your tax returns. They're going to make political ugly cartoons about you and you crying about a dress. Get out of my face. Get out of my face. I want to be the first female president. You can't know. Rethink your path in life. It drives me nuts when some of these women, I want to be a leader. No, you don't. You can't handle it. I'm telling you. And the higher you get in your career field, the less sympathy people have for you. Could you imagine the president of the United States, like, crying, oh my God, they made a political cartoon about me. They called me bald and old and stupid and dumb. I have no sympathy. None. Zero. Seriously, I have zero sympathy for a president who would cry over being name called. Being name called is bad. 100% it's bad. But when you're the president of like the United States, I really expect you to be above that. Honestly. Same thing with like pageant queens, like if you're a Miss Universe and you are crying because people name called you, baby girl, you are the queen of the universe. That's like me crying because an ant walked on my shoe. Like what are you doing? The ants are mad at you. Oh, wow. Stop. No, I can't. I just cannot. There's a certain level where I have no sympathy. None. Girl, buck up. Get it together. Like, who knows? The cat in my house, Buddy. Me and Buddy got into a fight one morning because he was outside of my door meowing and woke me up at 6 o'clock in the morning. And I went to sleep at 3 a.m. I had 3 hours of sleep. The cat woke me up. I was pissed. And look, I kind of speak cat. So when I went out to yell at the cat, he was calling me all types of nasty names. I heard it. And I threw a pillow at him and we were arguing about it. And then he hissed at me and I kicked him out of the house. But did I take it to heart? No. I still love him. We're still family. Like, I love that cat. But what I'm saying though, could you imagine had I been crying over what the cat hissed at me? Just in my bed. Buddy hissed at me. He's so mean. I don't like that cat anymore. Like, girl, shut up. Shut up. We had one Trump. Yeah, that's why I'm like, when Trump was crying, oh, people are talking about me and they're making fun of me. Shut up, you sorry freaking whiner. I cannot stand a whiner. You are the president. Oh, they made jokes about, shut up. So what? I make worse jokes about my brother and my mother. They make worse jokes about me. You guys will never be able to roast me the way my family roasts me. My family says all types of nasty stuff about me. And you know what? It's funny. It's funny. They make fun of me for all types of nonsense. It's funny. I tried to show you all, like, it's hilarious. I don't take anything to heart. So that's why I'm like, you guys have got to, some of these girls, you're not built for the stage, babe. I love you to death. I'll give you a hug and walk you off the stage. Get off the stage. No more stage for you. I can't stand. Reminds me of like girls in high school when they would cry in the bathrooms. Just crying in the bathroom. Babe, why are you crying in the bathrooms? Because Jessica said that my skirt is ugly. Lord have mercy. What do you think about Candace Owens? she's a house servant. She's a house slave. Like she is the slave on the plantation who doesn't want to leave their master after the Emancipation Proclamation. After the slaves were freed, Candace is the type of person to be like, but I loves me master. I want to stay with master. Like Candace, it's almost like she doesn't even have a mind of her own. Like she will only spout propaganda. And it's like, do you believe in anything that's of your own mind? Ever. At all. She will and you can tell that they will trot out. Candace Owens, for those of you who don't know, is a black woman that the Republicans and the conservative party in the United States likes to use when they have to go up against black people because they don't want to appear racist, even though all of their policies are very much racist, including going up against voting rights and civil rights and any type of advocacy for minorities. Like, obviously. So they like to use Candace. As if we don't know. Candace got her black card revoked. We don't claim her. We don't know her. Candace is not invited to the cookout. Candace has been disowned from the family, and Candace knows it. Candace and Terry Crews. We black people do not claim all black people. You're embarrassing. Embarrassing. Imagine somebody from your own culture trashing the culture, like being like blatantly disrespectful, saying some racist stuff. Candace Owens said, we should not be asking for justice for George Floyd, the man who was killed because a cop leaned on his neck for 9 minutes. She said we shouldn't be asking for justice for him because George Floyd is a criminal. Why are you guys asking for justice for a criminal? He was a criminal. He had guns. Why would the black community stand up for somebody like that? And it's like, okay, so we're just executing people in the street now. Like, that's what we're doing today. That's what you're asking us to do. He was a criminal, so it's fine, guys. It's fine. Nope. Go ahead and execute him in the street. That's how we roll. Like, what? Candace? I don't care. We don't execute people in the street. And the thing is, it wasn't even a quick execution. Like, damn, have a little bit of mercy. You choked him out for 9 minutes. It wasn't even like I said, I was a wrestler. I know how to choke somebody out, okay? You should be able to put somebody to sleep within 30 seconds to 60 seconds if you really suck at it. 9 minutes? You managed to snuff out that man's life, but you had to extend the length of the amount of time it took to kill him for 9 minutes. Couldn't even make it quick. Shut up, Candace. Shut up. Everything about that was complete right. Like, she straight up said, don't defend George Floyd. He's a criminal. I don't care. In the United States, we have a court system. We have a legal system. Like, and since when is that a sentence for death? That's the other thing. He is a criminal. He wasn't given the death sentence. That wasn't his sentence. And as far as I know, he served his time. So why are you sentencing this man to death? What? That's just baffling. I'm baffled. Could you imagine? Could you imagine even being sent to jail for a year? And people get sent to jail for a year for stupid stuff. Like stuff that's not even a big deal. Like weed. Weed is legal in California, but people have been put in jail for 10 years because of weed. So according to Candace's logic, the people that have been sent to jail for weed they're criminals. So if we kill them in the street, it doesn't matter. Fight me. Fight me. And everybody knows I don't like fighting for sport. So when I say fight me, it ain't for fun. Girl, it ain't for fun. It's not for fun. Just, I love Candace Owens. Yeah. I don't know what that says about you. Do you just think she's pretty or you like her policies? Because her policies are shit. Like literal, like she advocated to kill people in the street. I'm sorry. What? Like what? I would love to see somebody, please give me your defense of Candace Owens. I want to know what you have to say about it. I do. I want to know. I am curious. Tell me your defense of Candace Owens because I want to hear it. This is like if somebody wanted to defend Hitler, I would want to hear that defense. Please tell me what your defense of Hitler is. I want to What nonsense are you about to bring? Baby girl don't need, like, her hair's not even, come on now. Ain't nothing there. Ain't nothing there. What's wrong with Terry Crews? Oh, Terry Crews. Terry Crews. Terry Crews. Terry Crews was working with Gabrielle Union. Terry Crews and Gabrielle Union are both black people. They were working on a show. I think it's America's Got Talent. Gabrielle Union. Bro, you guys are trying to trigger the shit out of me right now. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Candace Owen versus Ben Shapiro versus oh, okay. I thought you were defending those people. I'm just like, in my presence? No, that would be a good battle though. Candace Owens versus Ben Shapiro versus Meghan McCain. That would work. Hi, Cast for Iron. What's up? Thank you for the super chat. I was like, what the wait, I just got hit. Like all those three names together, I was like triggered. I was like, whoa, stop, wait, I can't take all that. Ben Shapiro's full of it. Full of it. He's full of it. I could punch holes in him all damn day. Meghan McCain at least makes a few crumbs of sense. I can respect that Meghan McCain, she's a traditional and sane Republican. Now, a lot of the stuff she's still very privileged, okay? Extremely privileged, and she'd be lying through her privileged teeth sometimes, but I don't think she means to lie. I think it's her own privileged ignorance. Like, there will be a protest outside of her building in New York, and she will call it a riot. And then people will go online and be like, oh my God, a riot. Where's the riot? And they find out it's people sitting down on the ground, peacefully protesting. And Meghan McCain's losing her shit. And I'm like, girl, stop. Bye. Bye, Meghan. Bye. All them people. Candace, everybody. Y'all tripping. Just tripping. Tripping. I understand that you guys like to bury your head in the sand sometime. And they're just like, but can we just focus on pretty dresses? Number one, we expect the queens not to do that. So you guys should know what's going on in the world around you, for sure. Like, if I'm saying some of these names and you don't know who anybody is, and you live in the United States, that's a problem. That is a problem. Like, honestly. But honestly, if I only ever talk, like, I wouldn't even deserve a platform if all I ever did was talk about pretty dresses. Even though I do like pretty dresses. Listen, I'm not gonna lie about that. Right, didn't we talk about my favorite Victoria's Secret angel? We've been, like, Andrew answered that question because he knew. He knew. Absolutely. What about Whoopi being anti-Semitic? I think Whoopi was just being, I understood what she was just being ignorant. She was just being ignorant. Because I understood what she was, in her mind, she's thinking race as in white, black, Asian, Native American. I get that where she was coming from, but where the community was coming from was just like, no. The German people saw us as an ethnic minority that was devoid of whiteness. In their mindset, being Jewish is not white at all. So there was just a difference of misunderstanding there. I wasn't even like, it takes a lot to really get under my skin. And quite honestly, if Joe Rogan is out here fully operational on Spotify and the YouTube platform, I don't even understand why anybody batted an eye at Whoopi. It's the same thing. They just both of the, like, I totally understood where everybody was coming from. That was just an unfortunate miscommunication, but I don't get mad over stuff quite easily at all. At all. But people have been looking for a reason to get mad at Whoopi Goldberg for a long time. She's on the View. They've been looking for a reason to tear her down. So she gave them an opening. But yeah, like I would have, let's see, what was the thing? She's like, she said the Holocaust wasn't a racial issue, which technically it's religious persecution. Technically that's what it is, because the German people had at the time, in the 40s, they had an issue with the Jewish religion. Had those people relinquished their religion, they would have been able to live freely in Germany. It was a religious issue, but the German people of the 1940s did not see it as a religious issue. They considered the Jewish people to be of an ethnic minority. Still, all that, it was unnecessary. That whole everything was just unnecessary. All of it was unnecessary. Because I don't think that Whoopi Goldberg, like, if she was saying the Holocaust wasn't an issue, period, or something, then yeah, I'd be like, what the hell, Whoopi? Like, what are you doing with your life? But if it's just a miscommunication on whether considering Jewish people an ethnicity or a religious group, if that's the only miscommunication, then I'm like, okay, well, I don't really care. Like, why are y'all fighting over a miscommunication of words? They just be mad at her. Hi, Neville. Hi, long-time lurker. Glad to catch you live. Well, I'm happy you made it in here. I like to do lives every now and then and catch everybody up on what's happening and what's going on in everybody's life and all that stuff. Yeah, she had no mean intent, so that's why I'm like, okay. That's why I didn't care. If people make mistakes, I don't mind mistakes. I don't come after people for like legitimate mistakes, or if they didn't mean any ill intent, then I'm not mad. That's like somebody criticizing my video and they're giving legitimate criticism. I'm not going to be mad at it. They're not trying to be mean. They're saying, "Hey, your audio is a little off in this." You're probably right. I'm not like, why would I be mad? If you don't have any ill intent, no one should be tripping. But sensitive. People are sensitive. Sensitive. I haven't reacted to Miss Globe and Miss Intercontinental, but since I haven't seen them, maybe I will. Maybe I will. She was suspended from The View. Yeah, I know. The rewriting of history is disgusting. Tell me about it. I live in the United States. They're trying every day. Every day. I've heard about Jordan Peterson, but I don't know too much about Jordan Peterson. I don't know too much. I would have to check. I do think that I find the conservative people, especially on the platform, like mildly fascinating. Mildly fascinating. Some of them are sane. Like if they're a sane, conservative person, but they have justifications for, their reasoning, they're not trying to necessarily rewrite history, then I totally understand it. But the wackadoos, the wacko people who like are making up nonsense in their head and they're like, black people are racist for wanting to teach slavery in schools. What? Like, I am baffled. I'm baffled. I'm tripping out. Like the Ben Shapiro, that man is wacky. Wacky. I understand. Yeah, I remember one of your live streams that the audio wasn't working at first. Yeah, because I didn't have the microphone plugged in. And because I had that mistake before, I made sure to check this time that the microphone was plugged in. I really don't argue with the mistakes that I make. I will totally fess up to them and be like, yeah, you guys, I'm struggling over here because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I admit that, and I think it's hilarious. And you guys have watched me grown through the years because most of my live streams are saved. You can see how they've improved, for sure. For sure. I've gotten better because I've been willing to learn. Marjorie Taylor Greene is psychotic. Psychotic. She is psychotic. She needs to be removed from Congress. Period. The end. She needs to be censored and kicked the hell out of Congress. Absolutely not. I cannot believe she even got elected in. They need to pull her out ASAP. That's not even a question. Joe Rogan, I understand why people listen to Joe Rogan. He's more of a sane conservative. Because I understand, like, I get it. I understand why people are tired of like lockdown measures. I understand where Joe Rogan is coming from when he's pissed off that they're mandating vaccines, but people still can't go outside and they're making it seem like the vaccine's not going to work. Because in his eyes, it makes sense. If you're saying get the vaccine, what's the point if I can't go outside and live my daily life? Like, what's the point of the vaccine if you're not going to free us? I get where he's coming from. Most of the time, like now there's moments where he will start talking about certain cures to COVID that don't exist. And that's where a lot of people draw the line with him. They're like, Joe, what the hell are you doing? This has not been proven at all. So that's where a lot of people get upset with him. But with him questioning the establishment, questioning, the Democrats and whatnot, I don't get mad at him for that. Like, question the government, true. And even I would question the government. I question the government no matter what, to be honest. I question the Republicans and the Democrats. Everybody can get it. But yeah, Joe Rogan at times makes sense. Now, they just had this big thing this video came out of all the times Joe Rogan said the N-word throughout his career. And it was a lot. It was a lot. It was so bad he was actually forced to come out and apologize. Why is everybody racist? Why? Like, why? I would love to, like, you know what would be a great day for me? If I could wake up and live an entire 24-hour period without being reminded that I'm black. If I could live an entire 24-hour period without somebody putting in my face or making me remember or subjecting me to the realization that I am in fact a minority, I would, like, that would be so awesome. I would to just feel normal. That would be great. Like, every day I wake up and it found out somebody else said the N-word. Every day I wake up and somebody else, had some sort of racist post or racist history. Every day I wake up and I have to hear, like, conservatives talking about how the history of slavery and segregation and racism in this country is not relevant. Every day I have to wake up and hear about how black people have been afforded the same possibilities as everybody else in the country, which we haven't. Like, that's just factual. Like, every day it's some BS. And I just one day, can I get one day where I can go shopping and I can find some tights that match my color with no problem? I don't have to worry about the people at MAC having my color, my skin tone. Like, that'd be great. I just want one day. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. It's never, ever, ever going to happen. I need to drink my wine. Thank God my wine is here. What motivates you? What does motivate me? My personal creativity. I like the idea that I'm going to have a legacy after I'm no longer here. And I like being able to express myself. I'm a very creative person. This is why you guys see different variations of types of videos on the channel. It's because I'm creative. I get in touch with lots of different topics and ideas and things. I'm very diverse, which means you guys get a very diverse amount of content, and I'm always surprise, I have a new video. It's something random. You guys get to have all that, and I get to just express myself in a way that I haven't always been allowed to. Like, I need a creative outlet. I always have. I've always needed a creative outlet, and YouTube has really allowed me to do that. And also have friends. I get to communicate with you guys and be around people. But I love to be creative. So you guys know, like, every now and then I'm just going to drop some presents for you to just keep the spice alive over here. I don't ever want our relationship to get stale. We always have pageantry, but every now and then I'm going to throw some extra spices in there. A little paprika in the jambalaya. You're going to get something. We're racist because we're ignorant. Yeah, it's exhausting. Like, I don't talk about it very often because if I told you guys every moment of, like, racism that I had to experience, you would be sick of me. You would be so fed up with me. And I'm fed up with me. I'm fed up with the entire situation. I hate it too. If I told you every moment I encountered of microaggressions and racism, I would send some of you into, like, a psychosis. You'd have a mental break. It's a lot. It's so much. Like, I get exhausted. That's why I don't talk about it very much, because I'm just exhausted. Oh my God. Would you ever try gaming? Actually, yeah, I did do a few times of gaming, but if I do gaming or when we do stream, it's not going to be on this channel. It would be on the family channel. This channel will be discussions, whether it be the court councils and, like, social stuff, or politics and the Privy Council, or we're talking about, like, relationships and the upgrade. I like to talk over here. The only exception to that, or we do interviews, like I'll talk with the queens, but most of this channel is talking, except for the muses. You guys that's the one very creative thing that you guys are going to get more of, is the muses. So whenever you see the muses popping up, it's going to be some sort of fun stuff. And that's why I have this extra microphone over here. I have, like, I'm so proud of this thing. I have a very high class microphone for those of you who didn't see it. I got a professional mic for my special projects that I will start working on. I was going to work on it in December, but I got pneumonia, so that sucked. And it took forever for this microphone to get here, so we're good now. We're good. Racism isn't ignorance, it's a choice. But people want you to believe they're ignorant. Racism isn't thriving by accident. That is true. Some people are unwilling to address their negative perceptions of people. And I've even had to bring that up at times. Like when people used to tell me, you're very eloquent. Like, I can't believe you're so eloquent. Then that's a microaggression. That's not a compliment. Because then I'll ask them, like, why did you think that I wasn't eloquent? Why are you surprised that I have good speaking capability? It's only one of two reasons. Either it's because I'm black, or because I come from a lower social class than you. I'm not as rich. But it's a negative perception that you placed on me before getting to know me. And people don't really want to come to terms with that. It can be very difficult. It's the same thing like when I'm dating people. Oh Lord, I have to be careful. I have to be so careful because some people want to date me because I'm exotic. I'm an exotic chocolate bunny rabbit that they just want to take a bite out of. And that's objectifying because that means that you're only interested in me because I'm black, because I'm different, and you want to try something new. You're fetishizing me. That's gross. Super gross. Or there's the people that run away and they're like, oh, I could never date a black girl because they're ratchet and loud and obnoxious and ignorant, stupid and ugly and all that stuff. All that. It's just not... Either way, it's like a constant thing. Not fun. What is the way to stop racism? Diversify your life. Stop living in your own social circle and social bubble and only associating with people who look like you and think like you and talk like you. Go learn from other people and other communities. It's truly not that hard. It really isn't that hard. When I was in Los Angeles, I was an Uber driver and I would pick up like a rich couple that's going to their home in Beverly Hills. I'd take them from the airport and take them to Beverly Hills. And I would take them down streets where they're asking me, where are we? They're asking me, what way did you take? Like, where are we? And I'm looking at the map and I'm like, we're 4 minutes away from your house. We're like 3 blocks down. And they did not know where they were because we were in a lower class neighborhood. We were going through a lower class neighborhood where there's a lot of like minorities. And they're looking at this like this is like a totally different city. Like they're lost. They don't know where they are. And this is like a place that's right outside their home. But they never go there. That's sad. That is super sad. Like, not like, that's the bubble people live in. Even different, in the United States, we'll have like a little Chinatown and like little Indias and different places for specific groups. And a lot of times, especially like old school parents, like old school Indian parents, I'll see them in certain places and they only associate with the other people of that community. They will never branch out. And it's like, you have to. Now they're kids. The kids are always willing to branch out. Like the second generation Korean kids or Chinese kids, they're always like branching out, getting to know people. But a lot of people don't, and a lot of parents don't. And it's just, I don't know. Hold on. I see this. Hold on. Boop. Got it. Where's Andrew? Andrew, I see you. So Andrew, I just gave Andrew a wrench because I've seen Andrew before, so I know Andrew's cool. So Andrew has a wrench. I'm surprised Mom didn't. She's supposed to have a wrench. I don't know why she didn't. We're going to have to start adding people, though. I took care of Son. Took care of him. And Andrew's got to... We're going to have to start adding some mods on this side, too. Because we have mods in the Discord. I haven't had mods on the... I haven't had mods on the chat. Mom's supposed to be one. I don't know why she's not. She's supposed to be, though. I'll have to deal with that later. But yeah, what's your advice for people to take risks and try new things and achieve their goals? Well, that's exactly the I gave Andrew a wrench because I know who Andrew is. Like I know I've seen Andrew forever. So that's why I was like, okay, if I have to give somebody a wrench right now, it's going to be Andrew because I know you. Like Andrew's in the Discord, everything. Andrew know what's going down. But yeah, where did that one go? I just saw one. People to take risks and try new things and achieve their goals. Exactly that. Try new things. Try the things that you are kind of scared to do and be okay with it if it doesn't necessarily work out the best. It usually won't the first time. Like I just posted a video that has nothing to do with pageantry. I'm well aware my channel does very good when I talk about pageantry and I have a lot of pageant fans. It's not going to stop me from posting content that has nothing to do with pageantry. Even if it only gets a few hundred, views, I'm still going to do it. Because there was a point where my pageant content was only getting a few hundred views. You have to do stuff and not only be willing to fail, accept that you are going to fail. It's going to be hard. And it's not going to be great when you first do it. And you might mess up. It might be imperfect, but just do it anyways and learn from it. How many times have you guys seen me mess up on a live stream? I didn't set stuff up right. My audio's all jacked up. I got a big box on my face. There's been times where my audio in a video was just crap and I didn't know how to fix it. But I didn't stop. I didn't just, give up. You got to go out of your way to just do some stuff. Motorcycling. Love how different your thumbnails are. Yeah. None of my thumbnails are the same. They're always like me being creative and like, ooh, what kind of thumbnail do I want to do this time? Like it's never, you just know it's me because I'm in the thumbnail, but none of my thumbnails typically look the same at all. Oh, you don't have to. I see you, was it Bidge? I see you, Bidge. Said, I apologize for the idiocracy of my fellow countrymen. You don't have to. Americans do some embarrassing stuff. I've seen it too. And it makes us feel kind of bad, but I totally understand what it's like. But yeah, back to what I was saying. When some of the scariest things that I've done, like when I got my motorcycle, I got my motorcycle by myself, you guys. I had only ridden a motorcycle for 2 days when I went and bought mine. And the first day I had my motorcycle, I think I vlogged it too. I almost crashed. I accidentally did a wheelie on my bike because I couldn't handle the throttle and I almost crashed. And I had to pull over on the side of the road and stop freaking out and get myself together because I still had to get on the freeway to get my motorcycle home. And I had never been on the freeway before. I was scared. I was so scared. And even after I got my motorcycle home, I was scared to learn. I was scared to be on the main roads. I was scared to be by myself. I was scared to stall in front of people. I was scared to hold up traffic because I couldn't get my bike started. I was scared. I was scared to drop my bike and then I couldn't pick it up because it's too heavy. I was scared, but it didn't stop me. I really had to just toughen up and take it one step at a time. And luckily, there's times where I had my mom, but I practiced on my own constantly. I was on my own constantly, and if I needed to fall, if I was going to mess up, I was going to do it in the neighborhood, on somebody's front lawn somewhere. And I accepted the fact that I was going to mess up. That's the one thing you do have to get over. That's the one, whatever you do want to try in life, whatever risk you want to take, don't think, what if I mess up? Accept the fact that you're going to mess up and then get over it. Once you do that, nothing really seems that scary. Once I accepted the fact that I was gonna mess up on my motorcycle, I said, okay, since I know I'm gonna mess up, where is a safe place for me to mess up? Let me go find a street that nobody rides down, that nobody drives on, so I can keep messing up until I get it right. And then go from there. But don't be afraid to mess up. Just do it in a safe space until you get better. I messed up on videos plenty of times. Plenty of times. Plenty of things that I've messed up on in life. Hell, makeup. Oh, Lord have mercy. It's taken me so long to learn makeup. And the messed up thing about learning makeup? Everyday makeup is different than video camera makeup. Oh my God, my feelings were hurt when I realized that I have to learn two different styles of makeup because the video, the camera, and the studio lights will make my flawless makeup look like it's unblended. It'll make it look cakey. It'll make it look white because of all the lights and stuff on it. Ooh, the struggle, y'all. The struggle. Because in real life, my makeup sometimes would be so flawless, but early on in some of the videos, I would watch it back and be like, what the hell? What the hell is that? What is on my face? No! Oh, and nobody ever mentioned it, but it doesn't matter because I told you guys, I criticize myself. So when I see imperfections, I rip myself to shreds. Like, you look like Casper the Dusty Ghost. It looks like you got smacked in the face with an unbaked cupcake. It looks like you just had flour dough all over the, like, what's happening? I criticize the hell out of myself. Oh, there's so many things I've messed up on, and I've gotten better. I can't say I haven't gotten better. My editing's gotten better. Green screens have gotten better. Everything's gotten better. But it took time. Even like in IG pictures, I didn't know how to color correct for the longest time. My God. I'm not afraid to mess up. So when people tell me that I did mess up, it's not like I don't get upset. If anything, I take notes and be like, okay, how do I fix it? Like, do I need a new camera? Which I do need a new camera. It's time to get a 4K camera. But there's so many things that, you know, I've learned. Now that I have this new microphone, guess who's about to be messing up with the new microphone? Guess who's about to have to mess up on vocal editing? This chick. I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna mess up. I'm a mess up. I'm gonna do my best, but I'm a mess up. When is it okay to not be not okay? And when is it not okay to be okay? I think it's almost always okay to not be okay. You know, as long as you can admit that to yourself, you're actually okay. Which sounds contradictory. But when you're in the space to be able to accept that you're not doing well, that's actually a really good thing. But it's not okay to be okay if you're actually out of line. If you're actually doing something wrong and you don't realize it, that's when it's not okay. You shouldn't be okay with that. You shouldn't be okay with being wrong, with being, you know, you stepped over the line and you hurt somebody. That's usually what bothers me about people, is when they're okay with that. Like when I talk about the Hater Nation and Charlie Gold, my problem with Charlie Gold is she's okay with hurting people. She's completely oblivious to her negative, it's not she's oblivious. She doesn't care. She doesn't care. And that's what upsets me. When people don't care that they've stepped over the line, that's when it's a problem. But when you understand that something's wrong, then it's okay. When you have that understanding. Coco Pumar Plus, thank you for the super chat. I see you down there. Thank you so much. A Sony? Oh, I'm scared. I have a Canon right now. I'm using the Canon T6i, which everybody knows. Like, I have the old generation Canon. But I would want to get a 4K camera so you guys can see my imperfections better. So we're thinking like that. The next camera will be a 4K camera, with a wide angle lens, because I'm gonna bring a lot more of the muses to the channel. So we're looking forward to that. Let's not forget those guys, Fresh and Fit. Yeah, we're not. I've done at this point 3 videos on them. So they're not the only misogynists I've talked about. There's another video on misogyny that I've done that's not Fresh and Fit. So I am going to locate all of them. I'm going to go hunt down the misogynists, because as I'm doing the upgrade series and we're talking about relationships and we're talking about, you know, having partners and people, I have a date tomorrow, by the way. But we're talking about partners and people. I will also be talking about the people putting out the bad information, the negative information, the incorrect information. So I always talk about positive and negative. It's never just one or the other, because there is a such thing as toxic positivity, and nobody wants to focus everything on negative. So I do both. You have to be you have to be aware of both sides. So we're going to do positive and negative as per usual. Also, interchangeable lens. Yeah, I do want a wide angle camera lens because as I'm doing more, you guys saw I had 3 girls in one video this time. But we were very like close together in the video. So I think my upgrade will be a wide angle lens so that I'm able to fit more people into one video, one screen. And that'll be fun because I do anticipate bringing more people onto the channel outside of just myself. You guys get to like see people. Those of you who follow the family channel, you guys see plenty of people. I have tons of people over there on that channel. My mom and my brother and my biker friends and just everybody over there. How do I move from wanting to do something to actually do something and do everything I want to do and achieve? Take the first step. The first step is always the hardest step. But once you take the first step, you're more inclined to take the second one. But if you don't start the journey, you're never going to finish the journey. It's like my mom in school. My mom wants to go to school. But has she ever taken the step to actually register? No. No. My mom has always wanted a motorcycle. She didn't actually get one until she registered for her class to learn how to take drive a motorcycle. You have to take the first step. You have to sit down, literally, if you want to do something in your life, seriously, like right now, go put the first step on your calendar. I have my calendar right in front of me. If you want to get something done, take the first step this week. There's no excuse. I don't see what you could do it on Saturday or Sunday or Wednesday. Go put the first step on your calendar right now. Just go write it in right there. Because a lot of people are like, oh, I want to go to the gym. The first thing you got to do is go sign up. So when are you going to go sign up? Let's go. When are we getting this done? Put it on your calendar. Go tomorrow. Sign up for the gym. First step. Put it on the calendar right now. Procrastinators. Some of y'all are like my mother. Procrastinators. Stealing is not good. My question is, would you consider a 6-year-old girl stealing a piece of bread because she's starving a thief? It's still technically stealing, but that is not necessarily being a thief. That's stealing something that is unnecessary. That's stealing something that doesn't necessarily matter to you. Number one, the 6-year-old is a minor. So I don't even know if she knows right from wrong. What she's thinking about is this is necessary. This is a matter of survival, meaning this girl likely wouldn't be a thief if this wasn't a matter of her survival. You can't consider that a thief. This little girl is a child trying to survive. I would not consider that I wouldn't consider that a thief whatsoever, because in her mind, it's a matter of life and death. And even in a legal court system, we see matters of life and death differently. Like, even if you murder somebody, if you kill somebody, it's not considered murder if it's in self-defense. If it's a matter of life or death, the context is much different. So in that, the 6-year-old she's not a thief because it's a matter of life and death. I think your first misogyny video was back in May when you were in the gym and a random video played on your phone and yep. It was that video. See, Andrew knows things. That's why Andrew has a wrench. Yeah, that video. All of my misogyny videos are crazy. You notice that? Like, it's not normal misogyny. It's like over the top misogyny. Like indefensible misogyny. It's grotesque misogyny. It's bad. It's bad. Oh, it's gross. If you were God for a day, what would you change in the world? Pollution. It's the first thing I'm going after is pollution. I know a lot of people would say, I would remove certain things from humanity. I would remove, violence or something. I believe in free will. And the only way to have sustainable peace is for the general public and population and humanity to learn for themselves how to sustain that peace. You cannot force peace, no matter if I was God for a day or not. There's no way, there's nothing I can do in one day that would sustain peace, everlasting peace forever. It's not possible. That's something humanity has to learn on its own. So I would not touch free will whatsoever. But one thing I can do that would lessen problems for a lot of people is by removing the toxicity from the planet. Because now that the population and the public have come to a consciousness that pollution is a real danger and threat, they would likely not let it get to the same stage that it is in right now. So if I were to just like wipe it out in one day, it wouldn't get back to this. So that's something that can be sustained. Gotta go for something that's sustainable. Bye, Coco. I hope you're having a good day, by the way. How did you get comfortable in being extra and wearing crowns? You kind of inspired me before I wore a laurel wreath crown. Yay! Laurel wreath, right? Now, I bet you got compliments on that, right? Because that kind of becomes like your own signature style and people just suddenly like it and you don't expect it. So when I was thinking about what I wanted to do with my channel, I know how I am and I have always adored the royal aesthetic. I love the classiness. I love the vintage feel. I've always loved that. So that's something that I always liked. But you're right. And going the step to actually having crowns and like wearing them everywhere, that's a big step to take, because wearing a crown, you're automatically drawing attention to yourself. Some people see it in a negative connotation and some people will take it as, oh, well, you just think you're better than everybody else. But oh, I breathed something in. I had to come to the realization that, number one, I don't really want to be affected by what other people think. Like, I want to live the life I want to live. I think it's fun. I enjoy myself. Am I really going to let people take that fun and happiness away from me? I don't really want that. But at the same time, I had to realize that I was projecting my own insecurities onto the rest of the world. To be completely honest, I'm thinking about how the public is going to react to me, but I don't necessarily know. Like, I'm guessing. I don't know for a fact that's how they're going to react. I didn't give them a chance. I'm being insecure about everybody else's perception of me, and that's what I had to get over. I was overthinking about how other people are going to see me, what they're going to think about me, what they're going to say. And then I had to just stop and be like, even if that's true, which I don't know that's true, even if that's true, what is it going to hurt? Am I going to lose a job over it? Am I going to lose my life over it? What am I going to lose over it? Like, so what that, Mary Lee down the street doesn't like me? Like, so what? But what I did realize is the first time, like, I wore a crown, it was the bun crown. That was the first crown I ever wore outside. It was this one. This is the first crown I ever wore in public. And you know what? I have only ever gotten compliments. I got compliments. Like, women would stop me and just ask, like, where did you get that? Oh my God, I wish I had one. And I didn't expect that type of behavior from the public. I was surprised, honestly. I'm like, what? Like, I was blown. Like, they would just stand there and stare at my little crown and they're like, oh my God, it's so cute. I love that. It's amazing. Little girls love it. And then I would like wear a black one or something, or my outfits usually match my crown and whatnot. So people would just stop me and just be like, wow, that's so pretty. Like, they loved it. I have legit never gotten a negative word, negative anything, anytime I've worn a crown. Ever. Not once. In all the years I've worn crowns, I have never experienced anything negative from wearing a tiara, a crown, anything. It's been positive the whole way through. From grown people, men, women, children, like, it never created a problem. And quite honestly, if somebody had been like, what are they going to say? What are they going to say? Oh, your crown looks stupid. I'd be like, well, you're just jealous because you don't have one. Like, what are they going to say? So you just got to, like, get over it. Sometimes it's just your own insecurity stopping you from doing the things you want to do. Because now, obviously, I have a whole collection of crowns. I have a whole aesthetic of kingdom and royalty and all that. Like, people just accept that it's me. Like, this is just how I live. This is just how I operate. And I like it. Like, it is. I have gowns and dresses that I wear every day. I have little princess dresses. I live my life like this. It's not even fake. Like you would think these are just showpieces. I have entire outfits for these crowns. But it's the best feeling in the world. Like once you accept who you are and you're like unafraid to live life the way you want to live, it is the funnest, most best thing in the world. Like, oh my God, it feels so good. It feels so good to not give a damn what people have to say. Oh, it is the best. I can wear what I want. And I could, like, if I want to be princess today and wear like frilly gowns and dresses and go full cottage core, I can do it. I can do it. And I get tons of compliments on it. People love it, to be honest. The best thing you can ever do for yourself is be yourself. And most of the time, once you reach that point where you're just like, I'm going to be myself, people will then start asking you, how do you do that? And it's the craziest thing in the world because you're just like, oh, I kind of just did it. Like I kind of just stopped caring and did it. And it seems like such a simple thing, but a lot of people can't do that. And it makes me sad sometimes, honestly, because I tell people all the time, like grown women will ask me about, or they're like, oh, I should get it. I want a tiara. And I'm like, girl, just go get one. Get one and call me and we can take IG photos together. Like, go. When I go to Walmart in my onesie and my like unicorn onesie, people just smile at me and they giggle and they're like, you look so cute. And I'm like, I know. I love it. Nobody judges me. Nobody cares. Overweight Barbie, no, but thick Barbie, yes. What is that? Barbie dolls are known as beautiful and perfect toy. Would you support to have an overweight Barbie also? They already make a curvy Barbie. I know that they make one, you know, a more realistic body shape, and they make different body shapes. Now, we all know, most people know that I'm a former fitness competitor, so I'm super into fitness. And when it comes to average people, I don't really care as much. Like, when it comes to competition, obviously I have higher standards of everything in competition because it's competition. That's the point, is competition. But everyday people, I think having standards of fitness and health is necessary. I am not a part of the fat acceptance crowd. I think that's silly. I accept body positivity, meaning I'm going to behave and think of my body positively, health or not. So even if somebody like has cancer, I still expect that they're going to think positively about themselves, but they're going to do their best to get healthy. Like I'm the same way I'm not for cancer acceptance is the same way I'm not for fat acceptance, because both of those are bad. I'm not for obesity. It's unhealthy. Anything that's unhealthy, I'm just against. Smoking, against. All that, against. But that being unhealthy doesn't mean you can't be positive about yourself. You can't love yourself while also getting healthy. No, but you should never be put in a position to hate yourself, hate your body, hate the vessel that sustains your life. That's a bad thing. But I do, this is another thing that people don't know, and I haven't talked about it, but I likely will one day, is I watch a lot of content talking about the fat acceptance movement, the body positivity movement, all the stuff that's going on in that world and realm, and like the TikToks of people preaching that obesity is good for whatever reason. Those shenanigans. I watch a lot of that content. And I think I've discussed it. I have discussed it when it comes to pageantry and the different bodies that need to be accepted, though I do have high standards of fitness for pageant queens. I don't believe in fat acceptance movement. That's a no. Do you think there should be more diversity of body types and shapes in pageants? Yeah, I've done a video on that. Absolutely. But they should still sustain a certain level of fitness. It is still a competition. So when it comes to average people, I don't really care about your level of fitness so much. You do whatever the hell you want, whatever. Competitors, every aspect of competition should be the best it possibly can be. So I do have high standards for them, but fitness does not equate thinness. There's a difference between size and fitness. I am bigger than most pageant queens, but they are not as fit as I am. Like if I show you guys my muscular pictures from when I was a fitness competitor, I was a size 6, much larger than most pageant queens. But I also had, I was more fit. I had no fat. I was tight. I was lean. Most pageant queens are not lean. They still pudgy. They may be skinny, but they're pudgy. So there's a difference between size and fitness, and I do have higher levels of fitness for people, but they do need to I do think that they need to have more body sizes in competition, because I know some size 10 girls that are lean and have abs, and they still have a high level of fitness. There is no reason they cannot compete. None at all. People need to get out of their mind of like, oh, thin is fit. No, because I'm tired of seeing flabby size 2s who prance around like they're the best thing ever and expect everybody to give them compliments on their body. I'm like, babe, you have not gone to the gym. You haven't. You've eaten a lot of salad, but you have not gone to the gym. It is a difference. Oh, I want a laurel wreath crown too. Yeah, I did a video about crowns, and I know a lot of people like them, but people are scared to wear them. So we kind of talked about different ways to wear a crown. And one of my tips, especially for men, to get a laurel wreath crown. If you don't know what that is, it's almost like a Roman crown with like the leaves. If you think of Julius Caesar, his type of crown. This one that more so goes around your head, not necessarily on top like a tiara. Men can get away with that, and circlets, which is, I have one that's kind of a circlet somewhere. It's up there somewhere. Yeah, laurel wreaths and circlets. Go for that. Yeah, we're going to have to talk about body positivity eventually. Eventually, because we really need to... I want people to get out of this realm of constantly seeking thinness, because that's not what we want. That's not healthy. We need to have a more open mind than just, oh, she needs to be a size 2 and that means she's fit. Because I'm telling you, y'all have not seen a fit size 2. Like most of the pageant queens, their level of fitness is not there. Not where it's supposed to be. At all. At all. MGI, I want to see a girl who has diet, discipline, and dedication to a healthy and physically fit body too. Yeah, especially with MGI, I see a lot of very thin girls. Once again, not necessarily fit. They're extremely thin. But I'm still like, okay, so you dieted a lot, but you didn't go to the gym. You have no build. There's no body there. Like, you dieted your body away. You don't have front or back. Like, you just emaciated yourself. And I'm not giving props for that. The same way I wouldn't give props for a woman being obese on stage. Like, you have to attain the fitness. People that tend to do really well for fitness is like Brazilians, but they focus a lot on body over there. I mean, a lot. That's like in their culture. They focus on that. The Brazilians come a lot of time, like Brazil from MGI last year, like Abina's Brazil, that one. Oh, what was it? Abina's Brazil? I'm pretty sure it was Abina's Brazil. Baby girl was built, snatched, abs tight. I was like, damn girl, shoot. Even Cheslie was another girl she was built. USA girls have done better when it comes to build. They haven't been bringing me sticks. They haven't been bringing me thinness. They have been bringing me built queens, and I like it. Like Thailand doesn't. I would be floored. I would be floored if Thailand brings me a built queen, because usually they bring me slim queens. This year we had an exception with our little chili pepper, but she wasn't toned. Now her size, like me and her are the same size. Her size is fine, but she still had the same lack of fitness that the size 2s had. That's why when everybody was talking about her size, I was like, in my eyes, Anne was no different than the size 2s. None of y'all went to the gym. Everybody ate salad, but you didn't go to the gym. You guys were fluffy and waterly. You know who was Brazil? Abina's Brazil. Yes, it was Abina's Brazil. She was built. Dude, that body was tight. Oh my God. She went to the gym. Her body was so snatched. That baby girl, she meal prepped. I was proud. The South Americans will bring me a woman that has a level of fitness. This is where the Asian countries lack. They do not bring me women that have fitness. That's probably one thing Philippines could work on, because I don't think I have ever seen a Filipina come and have the best body ever. Ever. Thailand, Indonesia, Philippines, the Asian countries do not do fitness at all. South Americans and the Americans, they do. That's their thing. So maybe if we do a video about, because Philippines loves to have videos about themselves and they love to improve. So if I ever do a video on like things the Philippines can do better to be even more dominant, as if they need that. As if they need that. But I'll give that to them because they listen. So I like making videos about the people that listen and want to do better. Philippines always wants to do better. So might as well give them the answers. I mean, if they're the only ones listening, they deserve to win. So if the Philippines can, I think that's their weakest element, is just their physique. They don't have the bodies of the South Americans. If they can start like really getting into fitness and learning fitness and getting their women into fitness, you're going to piss off the South Americans. Oh my God. Colombia and Brazil are going to be so mad. Like, God damn it, Philippines. Can we have anything? Yeah, India too. India doesn't do it. I have not seen an Indian queen ever that came with the body of a Colombiana or a Brazilian or an American. Never. So if I was going to pick on the powerhouse countries, the Asian powerhouse countries, yeah, they lack fitness. That's the one thing, like all around, everybody over there, they don't have fitness. I think it's because a lot of women are scared that they're going to get big from working out, and they're so focused on being skinny. Lord knows why. Like, baby, get a butt. You're going to love it. I promise you. But you don't get big by accident, and it takes years to get there. So they need to learn for sure. What's going on? I saw something. Lewis and Davana both did really sweet short videos after the news of the tragedy. Oh, I didn't see anybody else's because I was just like, I was not happy. Maybe I can, because it's my video, I can bring it up just to show you guys, I guess, because I know a lot of people had questions about it. I'm not going to post it publicly, but since we have a few people here, I can go and find it. Where is my Cheslie video? Because now I feel like I'm more healed. I don't mind. So I was looking at it like myself. Before I was like not happy with it. Let me see if I can window capture. I should window capture this, right? I'm learning. Chrome extension. Done. I don't know. Streamlit. Oh, I did it. I am a boss. Okay. So this was the video that I did. Original. Nope. I did that wrong. Don't do that. Originally, this video was supposed to be public. It was going to go up publicly. But I'll kind of let you guys see why it didn't go up publicly. I want to make sure that the audio is not going to be a problem because the audio be problematic sometimes. I'm really hoping I should be able to play it with no problem. Fingers crossed that the audio doesn't create a goddamn problem. Let me back down this desktop audio just in case. Because last time I did this, the audio was a little loud, so I'm just being careful. Let me see if I can do this properly. Fingers crossed.
Done filming for the day. And I was downloading the footage to my laptop right here. And I saw that I had a notification from my Kingdom Discord. So I popped over into the Discord and I have been notified of the passing of
usually I would cut stuff like this. The only reason I didn't cut it, and jump to the part where I was together, was because I knew I was just going to give it to the coterie. And I try not to cut too much when I put stuff in the coterie because I allow them to see like the raw, unfiltered versions of myself sometimes. But I really was doing my best to keep it together, and it wasn't. It was like my psyche was breaking. That's why the video is so short.
I have been notified of the passing of Miss USA 2019, Cheslie Kryst.
I was like frustrated just with myself and the situation.
I don't want to refilm this, and I just want to, since I'm sitting
I didn't
in front
even
of
want to
my
make
camera,
the video.
as I got the message, I was like, okay, let me just hop on this, talk about it, let everybody know kind of what happened. So it's kind of hitting me in real time because I only found out about this like literally 3 or 4
I'm gonna skip
ago.
like to the end because the only thing I did in this video was honestly, I can't see this stuff over here. Reading. Yeah. Well, because people asked me, they were like, why didn't you do a video? And I did do a video, but now you guys understand why I didn't put it out. I was very emotional, and it was very, like, the video is, what, 6 minutes? And it's because I just couldn't tolerate the situation. Like, I couldn't handle it. Like, I was not happy. And the only reason because had I not been sitting in front of my camera, the moment I found out, there would have been no video. It only just so happened that I was done filming 2 other videos, and I shut off the camera and opened my phone, and I saw my Discord was just sad, and I didn't understand what happened. And then I found out, and I was sitting right there when it happened. So I turned my camera on just to get it over with, you know? But I basically just went on to summarize what happened and tell everybody and kind of give my words of how memorable Cheslie was.
The people that are smiling the most and uplifting the most sometimes in front of your face are the people that need support themselves. People always see them as the support structure and therefore never needing support themselves. And it can make those people feel very lonely and forgotten. So it's important to keep our loved ones in our minds and in our thoughts and check on them when you can. And I feel for that family and the loss, the true loss that the pageant community has been dealt today. Cheslie will forever be remembered. That queen is iconic forever. But she will be missed, greatly missed.
Yep, that was it. I mean, I skipped to the end, but it's a 6-minute video. It wasn't that long. It was a lot. It was a lot for me to handle at that moment. Well, no. Neville, you got it right. I'm not saying that Asian girls don't work out. Like, that would be weird. Like, no Asian girls work out? Like, no. I think we've all, no, because I commented in one of my videos, Ribia Mateo going to the gym. Like, she was in the gym, something tough, something fierce. Like, she was in the gym. Like, that, like, we watched her in the gym. She showed people her workout. So I know for a fact that she's in the gym. Like, it's indisputable that a lot of these girls work out. But they're not attaining the level of fitness that some of the American girls are or the Brazilians are. You can see especially the Colombians, like the Colombians really have, and the Brazilians and the Colombians have a lot of definition. When they have really good fitness, they show the definition. You can see their shoulder caps. You can see outlines of abs and obliques. You can see lifted butts. You can see separated quads and hamstrings. From the back, you can see the Y cuts and the hamstrings. You can see rhomboids and deltoids and back muscles. You can see a lot. Fitness competitor, I know you guys are like, what the hell? I'm thinking fitness mind. But I can see all of the different shapes of the different muscle groups on them. Even the calf muscles, I can see the calf muscles. I have never seen that type of physique on any of the Asian queens. So even though they do go to the gym, they're not pushing out the level of fitness that we've seen from South Americans or even my girls, the Americans. That's one thing the Americans do well. We got fitness. That's what we do. We can feed our girls and we work their butts out. Work them out. Y'all remember Cheslie on stage? Work them out. People are like, oh, she looks like a man. I don't know what country Cheslie ever looks like a man, ever. Okay? because I find that a little bit embarrassing. If you're saying she looks like a man, maybe she looks like a man in your country, but then I have to say, what do the men in your country look like? Because Cheslie looks like she looked like an Amazonian goddess. Like Cheslie, oh my God. I'm talking about her because she had one of the bangingest bodies I ever seen on stage. Cheslie was fit. That girl was snatched. She looked like a bikini competitor. She looked like she was ready for a fitness competition. Cheslie was one of the best bodies ever to step on stage. And some people were like, oh, she looks like a man. And I have to say, in what country? In what country? Because you're telling me Cheslie looked more manly than the men in your country. You're insulting the men in your country more than you are this woman. I hope you know that. I hope you know that. That's embarrassing. You shouldn't be embarrassed. You're embarrassing. Like, ooh. Cause the men that I'm around, like when I'm around a man, I don't confuse my men with women. Okay? My men do not look like women. My men look big and toned and like they are men. I don't know what man you're confusing with a woman. I don't know. Questionable on everybody's part. Everybody's part. I think it's different body build or composition. Anybody can build a body. That's one thing that fitness can give anybody. It's almost a level playing field. Now, when you get into the high levels of fitness, your genetics do come into play, but none of the pageant queens are pushing it into bodybuilding territory, so they don't have that excuse at all. Once you get into bodybuilding territory, then yeah, genetics and all body composition and all that comes into play. But just plain fitness, nah. It's an equal level playing field for everybody. Oh yeah. Oh, the different muscle groups. I love me some back muscles. I love shoulders and back muscles because when a man's back is shaped like this, us the best. He got the shoulders are right here, and then the waist comes in, and then the men that have really nice butts are men that do leg day. They don't skip leg day because legs translate into butt. So you see a lot of soccer players and like rugby players, they have really nice butts. It's because they do leg workouts constantly. But if you got a butt and then you got the back, that means they got that curve in the middle. Oh my God. I love me a fit man. I loves a gym man. I love it. I love it so much. Oh my goodness. You knew you were different because I could see your abs through your dress. Damn straight. That girl was fit. Cheslie was fit. That girl was fit. I saw her on stage. I was like, damn. Girl had no mercy on the competition. She said, I'm going to beat you guys in every aspect, in every area of competition. You can't touch me. She had the best hair in the competition, the best body in the competition. She had the best speaking ability. She didn't leave room for anybody. Cheslie was like, stingy. She was a stingy winner. She said, y'all can't beat me in nothing. I'm not even going to give you scraps. Like, damn. Usually, like, she's the competitor that takes all the top awards. Best in swimwear, best in evening gown, best in interview, like, and she wins. Like, you gotta take everything, Cheslie? God. Rude. Look, okay? Look. It's fine. My date's tomorrow. Just saying, though, when I see a well-built man with a back, oh my, and then if he has the scoop in the butt, what? I can't even. I can't handle it. I can't. I just, look, see, this is why I can't. Okay, we're together. We're better. The muses, we are getting the muses. Don't worry. Me and Mom have been discussing that almost every day, actually. Andrew knows what's up. He knows what's up. What time is it? I think I want to go bug. It's 8:00. Yep. I want to go bug my mother because she's back. I want to get buff too. So I really want advice on how to properly do fitness. Get in the gym, Neil. Get in the gym. Start lifting weights. Do not skip leg day. Do not rush through reps. Do it slowly and controlled. Because some people, they do bicep curls, and they like do bicep curls like this. They just kind of like throw the weights, and it's like, no, when you do any type of movement in the gym, you do it controlled, and then you let it back down, and you do it controlled, and you really like flex. And look how big my arms are. Good Lord. This is why I don't work out arms, because my arms are naturally big. It's muscle. It's bicep. That's why I don't work them out no more. But all the muscle movements you do, you should contract and squeeze the muscle. You should always feel your muscle whenever you are working out. Squeezing the muscle. Even if you're doing your butt, you squeeze all the way through every single rep, and you do it slowly and controlled. You feel that squeeze. You feel it. You feel it. I'm such a gym nut. I'm such a gym nut. I wish Cheslie didn't change her hair. Yeah, I did a whole video on her styling because they robbed her of a win with that styling. God dang. God dang, they robbed her. I didn't get to go to the gym today, but I'm in the middle of doing a chemical peel on my legs. So I think I got about 2 more days before my legs start peeling. It's crazy. It looks super crazy. Maybe I'll like go in the Discord and show people. It's like I look like a reptile because I've only done it once before, but it was almost super cool. But it looks so pretty when the old skin comes off and you see like the new skin underneath. It is the softest, most baby smooth skin you ever seen in your life, and it's like amazing. It's amazing. So I'm doing it again to get ready. Oh, yep. My skin's about ready to start becoming super irritable. And I'm going to start peeling like a gosh dang Slytherin snake that I am. How long did it take you to get that body? Do you have a partner you work out with or by yourself? I have done both. When I was competing, I had a partner I was working out with, but I would go to the gym by myself. And I still go by myself to the gym. You don't need a partner. But a lot of people want to see their muscles, and being able to see your muscles depends on how lean you are already. So like myself, if you see me like without a shirt, or if I'm just wearing like a tank top, you can see my shoulders, you can see my biceps. Certain muscles you can see a lot easier than others. Like a lot of people want abs. Abs are not built in the gym, they're built in the kitchen. You can only see your abs if your diet is spectacular and you are very lean. You have to be extremely lean to see your abs. But if you're just trying to like show a bit of thigh muscle, some shoulders, you don't necessarily need to be a lot leaner. But if you're a thicker person or you have more fat, it's going to cover your muscles. You won't be able to see the definition. So if you already know that you're a lean person, then you need to add muscle. But if you're a bigger person, then you need to slim down. You need to remove fat that comes from diet. So you need to figure out, do I need to add muscle or do I need to remove fat? It's one or the other. It's always one or the other. Oh, I'm happy you were able to get something from the live. Maybe we'll do like fitness. We'll talk about fitness one day, since I've done the competition circuit and I kind of understand, I do understand what it takes. We can talk about it because I understand a lot of people don't know what they're supposed to do, trying to get the body that they want. So maybe we'll talk about that. And maybe the girls will stop dieting themselves into oblivion, because I'm like, babe, you don't need to be a size 0. We're going to love you no matter what. Like, it's fine, but put on some muscle. Honestly, sometimes gaining weight is the best thing you can do for yourself. Because most people, if you put on muscle, you're going to gain weight because muscle is very heavy. It's a lot heavier than fat. But you're going to look like you lost weight. It's the craziest, most psychopathic thing you're ever going to experience in your life. It's going to look like you lost 20 pounds, but you still are the same weight. It's crazy. But that's how it works. So my skinny photo, the one that you guys saw, me in the yellow bikini, I was 38 pounds in that photo. So a lot of women, when they're 140 pounds, they look a lot chubbier. They look a lot fluffier than what I looked like. I looked like I was 115 pounds in that photo, but the reason I'm almost 140 is because I had so much muscle mass on me. Like muscle is heavy, muscle is dense. So I looked 115, but I was actually 140. So that's another thing you need to not do as a fitness person. Do not pay attention to the scale. The scale is a bold-faced lie. Don't know. Because you could be going to the gym and doing really great work and gain weight only because you gained muscle. But you're going to feel terrible on the inside because the scale says you gained weight. So you're thinking you did something wrong, and you didn't. So just so you know, the scale is a lie. We're talking about fitness. The scale is a lie. Do not listen to the scale. Don't listen to the scale. Scale is a lie. It's a lie. Because I could look like I lost a whole 15 pounds and still be the same weight. It's just different body composition. That's it. I lost fat. I gained muscle. I stayed the same weight. Or got heavier. If that's a trip. When you get smaller, but you gain weight, I've seen many women do that all the time. All the time. Yeah, I don't weigh myself. Ever. I hardly ever weigh myself. Because it's a lie. And I know it's a lie. And I'm a lot denser than most women because I carry so much muscle mass. So like, I can be 160 pounds and look like I'm 130. It's crazy. Like if I weighed myself, you guys probably wouldn't even believe me. I'm just so dense because I have a lot of muscle. Yeah, because my skinny photo when I was a size 2, I was about 140 pounds. I was heavy, but I was skinny. Bodies are weird. So yeah, maybe we'll have to do a video on fitness because, a lot of people don't know. So we'll have to do that. But in the meantime, I'm going to save this live so it will be posted. So everybody can come laugh at my shenanigans and possibly see parts of the secret video from the coterie. But I do want to thank everybody for being here with me and hanging out with me. It's nice to do a live and see everybody. There will be more upgrade videos, more videos about the misogynists of the world, and of course pageantry because we love the girls. We love the pageants. I got a lot of pageant stuff, including male pageants. I know we need to get into that. We talked about it here in the live, but I need to make a video on the male pageants because the boys need help. I love the boys. The boys look good, okay? A lot of the boys look good, but they don't have that charm. They don't have the charisma, so we need to talk about it. I look forward to this year, though. It should be great. Okay, I am going to head to bed as soon as I bug my family. I'll head to bed. But the rest of you on different sides of the world, have a great day. I love you guys.